Hello, everyone. Deploying line, Stephen Trimble here, and I'm here to talk about how Challengers Cup went for me and my team. I played with the Florida Alliance. We were a quick team built up at the last second of me and my local friends, really, from the north and mid Florida region. And as you can see by the little title at the top right, we did 4-1-1, which is pretty great for a legit team, and it hasn't been practicing all year. We just YOLO decided to go a couple weeks before, and we did great. And I'm gonna start going over our lists and our pairings and everything, and how everything went. All right. So I'm gonna talk about all 8 of our lists, not too in depth because it's gonna take too long. But obviously, I'm gonna talk about mine a little bit more. So, the story of how I got onto Liberators is that if anyone's been paying attention, Death Guard and Eldar have been my main armies throughout this whole year. But 2 of our players at this event were main Eldar and Death Guard players. And just short story quick, they did really good. So I feel like I'm a very flexible player, so I felt like I could switch off essentially the only armies I'm playing all year. I thought I was going to play Votann for a while, so we tested with that for a couple weeks, but that ended up being that Votann is very not great at pushing, scoring high diff points. So I had to pivot last minute. So at last minute, I decided to come with the Liberators. It's a full melee Liberator list is something I'm very comfortable with, something very good, and something I can play without much practice. So I decided on Liberators, and there's some very unique aspects I ended up on that I'll get to after I go over my list real quick. So I got Asherath, I got 2 jump captains, I had 3 jump captains, one of which had to be the Primarch, which is the fight first enhancement, Adjudicator, Lieutenant with a combi weapon, Mr. Sanguinor, 5 normal intercessors, 5 jump intercessors, 6 Blade Guard veterans to go with Adjudicator, 10 Death Company with jump packs, who had 3 power fists, 2 Infernal Pistols, 3 Plasma Pistols, and 2 Viscerators, which are essentially power fists, but side grady. 6 Sanguinary Guard with swords, 2x3 Sanguinary Guard with spears, and then 3x5 Vanguard Vets with shields as like my little doer units. So the slightly strange units here I got is Asherath and his big squad of jump packs. I wanted a second brick, like 2 bricks. I have a 6-man, and then I had X. Originally, I was doing a big Blade Guard veteran squad with a captain and a lieutenant, and then giving them the fight first. And that was really good, but it was kind of expensive. And we felt like I should have had more fight first. So we switched it around. We added the Sanguinor, who, spoiler, it was terrible, but it's whatever. But it let me go and try and find a second brick. And the options for Liberators is maybe like a 10-man Vanguard vet with a chaplain. Maybe go from assault intercessors with the rage field captain. I don't really like that guy because it's a 35 point once per game enhancement. It requires oath of the moment and it requires your opponent to be on objective. It's just too much things in one basket. So I decided on, without really testing in, everyone really saying Asherath is pretty bad, just going with Asherath and the Death Companies. And he performed amazingly. Asherath is pretty awesome. He's a chaplain, but he also has a 2-up save and 5 wounds, like Lamarty's, who has a 3-up save and 4 wounds. He has a really good weapon. It's AP3, it's strength 7 base, and he has 6 attacks baseline. So overall, he's mostly better than a captain of fighting. And he always has dev and precision, most of all. So 7 attacks at strength 9 on the charge is really good when you have dev and precision. And he gives his unit Bot on Death 4-up and dev wounds, both of which are amazing buffs. So the 5 Death 4+ goes with kind of what the identity of the list was kind of trying to do, which was anti-melee like pressure. As I have 3 generic fight firsters. I have Sanguinor, my captain, and the Adjudicator squad. And then the Death Company also, in some ways, you can consider it like a fight firster. It's not a true fight firster, but if an opponent charges them, they're going to fight you back. And they still always reroll hits. So even when they're fighting a death, they get roll hits, which is really great. And then doing damage out of phase, which is amazing. So I got like, you can think about a 3.5 fight firsters, which was great. And then this other new unit is the Spear Sanguinary Guard, which were amazing. I'm going to get into in the wrap up at the end, but Spear Sanguinary Guard as your little 3-mans, pristine, it's prime. Yeah, it's the heart of the list. It's like an anti-melee blade death, one of my Blood Angels list, but also innately anti-shooting, as we'll get into by me heavy defending every round. And then this is the goofiest list we played. This is Mr. Mark Perry's T-Sons on the Grand Coven. This was essentially a Chaos Space Marines list. So you had 3 Demon Princes with wings, which are really good, by the way. One of which had the Unfilled Crystal, which is jump up and down, and one of which had the Eldritch Vortex of whatever the hell it's called. It gives them also in strength and damage. I don't know if it gives AP. I don't think it does. Magnus, 3 squads of Spawn, 2 Vindicators, 2 Fisting Hellbrutes, and 30 Zangors. So Mark was our defender. Almost every round but one, he first defended, picked one of the more open boards, which is usually 2 or 3 for him, and just brawled people in the middle, getting ties and small wins and 1 loss. But he did great. This list is weird. People don't know what to do about it. These Demon Princes are also very good, by the way. They're amazing. They got mastery damage. They got Coven buffs, blah, 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 blah. And then just a lot of generically good data sheets. Like Vindicators and Hellroots are just like generically good for not expensive. The Magnus is Magnus. This is weird, and I think it tripped a lot of people up. Then we got Tucker's. I forgot to write it. He's playing Skitarii Hunter Car. I'm going to tell you, I don't know too much about Skitarii Hunter Car, but I know he has the double Doctrina buff, which I think is the Thrall Net, and then the Fire and Fade, which is, I think, the Battlesphere. He's got Call, the newly buffed datasheet, 2 Marshals, a Ranger and a Vanguard to go with the Marshals, a Dune Rider, a little transport, and then 7 Last Cannon Battlestaries and 1 big squad and 2 medium squads. 10 Sty Stalkers. Sty Stalkers are like the Fire and Fade pew 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 gun guys, not the flamer ones. And then 10 more Sky Stalkers in different squads. 2 small squads of the Infiltrators. And then a big squad of Rust Stalkers. And then 2 Scorpius Tanks. This is the newly buffed Atomic. And once you see the scores, you can see that Tucker did really fucking good. Good job, Tucker. And then we got Garrett's newly buffed Warhorde Orcs. Just got, it's essentially old Orcs with buff Gaskell. 2 Beast Boss, a Follow Me Lad Mech, which gives them +2 movement, reroll advances, and advance through models. It's pretty decent. Hangs out with Gaskell and 20 boys. Snickrot, 2 War Bosses to go with the knobs down here. Zodgrot and the boys. I guess the Grots. 20 Beast Boys hang out with the Beast Bosses. A big squad of 20 boys hang out with Gaskell. 3 trucks for the Beast Boss and the command and the knobs. And then the big squad of Grots and then small squad of home Grots. 10 commandos to split and do commando things. And like I said, the knobs and then some doer Storm Boys. This is Eric's list of he played the Index Virulent Victorum Death Guard. It's a pretty bog standard Death Guard list. Not much to talk about here. He had the Phenoplane Demon Prince, Lord of Contagion with Furnace of Plagues. I think that's. I'll be on. I'm going to check real quick. Oh, yes. So, yeah, Furnace of Plagues is +1 at strength attacks, and the bearer has Dev Wounds. It's very good on Lord of Contagion. It makes him 6 attacks at strength 10, which is a giant breakpoint, and then Dev Wounds randomly. A Lord of Virulence. This guy was usually solo all tournament, which is an interesting decision on his point, but he did great, so I'm proud of my man. Big ass Mortarion, Mr. Tallyman, 2x3 Death Shroud, a single mower drone, 3 Blight Launcher drones, 2 Mephitic Gaulers, and 20 Pockcloakers. Like I said, this list is very normal. There's not much to talk about here. This is Dustin Spirit at Arms. Sadly, Dustin obviously did not get much of any practice with Knights. Well, he's one of the best Knights player I know, and definitely in America at least. But with the new codex, he didn't have much testing. Even Crucible, the giant major we played at a week before, played Old Knights because the books didn't release till a couple days later. So he didn't even get the nice major practice a lot of my teammates got. So he just had to do this list. Hope it worked out. It worked pretty well. The only thing he would say is replace the Warden with the Defender, which is very good. So Spirit at Arms, it's the Armor Guard attachment, if you couldn't tell by the million Armor Guards, that you, each different Knight day sheet can buff 3 different armors. So if you have a Warden and a Defender, each of them can buff 3 armors, which is very nice. There's the Night Warden, which hands out like sustained and ignore cover, I think, something like that. The Mentor's Pride, which hands out reroll 1s to hit. And he's got 5 Helverins, 6 Warglaves, an Inquisitor, Helverons with +1 AP, ignore cover, or is it ignore cover and sustained? Something like that. It gives them a lot of buffs to make their AP one not anemic, and then sustained and reroll 1s to hit with also an extra floating reroll. Very good. Very good. And then you have, Knights have a couple points, so he says Inquisitor to AFK on his home field. Then we got to Morgan's Berserker Warband also buffed. So this is not too different, but it's got some nice things. It's got the -1 damage Demon Prince, Mr. Karn, the Favorite of Korn Slaughterbound, which is you can reroll your Korn dice. Slaughterbound Berserker Grave. This is an insane enhancement on this guy because he's up to damage 4 at like strength 13. It's very good. 10 Berserkers hang out in the Rhino with Mr. Karn. 2x2 spawn. 1 single Exalted 8-bound. 2x3 Exalted 8-bound to hang out with their boys at Slaughterbounds. 2 Forged Friends and some Jackals. And then we got Bryce's Eldari. This is a spicy list because instead of he did 20 Raw Dog Fire Dragons, but also only in 10 mans. But otherwise, the list is pretty box standard. Otherwise, it's Eldrad, Fuegan, Janezar, Lycus, 5 Crusaders, 10 Storm Guardians to hang out with Eldrad, protect them if you need to, otherwise just sticky. 2-Way Serpents to hang out with the Fire Dragons. Some Howling Banshees for Janezar, some little shitty Rangers, 15 Swimming Hikes, 15 Warp Spiders. And here, all right, I'm going to start with the rounds now. Round 1. It was on Terraform Crucible. We did very good this round, 116 to 44. So our pairings were, it's going to take too long, so I'm not going to get into the opponent's list unless I see something very interesting that I need to bring up. I'll obviously talk about my opponent because that's what I have the most experience with. My man, Richard Kilton, played Mark Perry to a tie. Like I said, Mark almost always defended, so he usually took the worst matchup or something we didn't want to play against. Richard is playing a very similar list to what Garrett's playing. It has some differences, but it's a Warhammer Orc list with Gaskell and such. It's not too much different. And then I will talk about this list. Eric did get his ass beat by Custody, sadly. Eric was told this was Talons of the Emperor and not Lions. So he got into the game and was very surprised to not be playing against a much worse attachment for him. So he kind of got run over because he got some incorrect information. It was just a mistake. I'm not pinning that on Eric, really. Then we got Tucker, who he got paired into Tau. This is pretty much one of the worst armies Tau can play. And Tucker beat the shit out of him. Yeah, then I played into a Flybone Host Death Guard. I'll get into it in a second. And we had a normal Eldar list playing to Dustin. Dustin's very prolific into playing its Eldar. He's very experienced with it. I can tell you from when I played Yunari, Dustin beat the shit out of me at a GT. I understand well. Dustin's very good at beating Eldar. So 17-3, very good for Dustin. Like I said, this is Terraform Crucible. Bryce played into, I think this is a 50 Berserker Eldar list. Let me check. This is something I could check. Yes. So this is 50 Berserkers with nothing really else, just some Exalted, just some 8-bound otherwise, because Berserkers are not cheap. So it's a relatively scary list, because Eldar is not amazing at killing mass around of infantry. It's kind of the one their weak spot is just like hordes of infantry. But he beat the shit out of him. Definitely on the back of like Fire and Fade Fire Dragons versus the army that doesn't really have any way of increasing durability. No AOCs, no nothing. Berserkers are just raw dog tactical marines that have a blood surge. So Fuegan's very good at killing them, just generically out of things. He did very good here. And then Garrett ran over Sisters. That's not surprising for a Warlord Orc to run over Sisters. And then finally, our last game was Morgan running over a Necrons. I don't know what the Necrons were exactly. I can check that real quick. Take me 1 second. It is a Star Shatter. So not really surprising. World Eater is one of the best anti-tank armies in the game right now. The Exalted 8-bound, pretty much one-shot any vehicle, any monster vehicle with no effort, like overkill by like 2 times, like literally 3 Exalted 8-bound Slaughter Brute does like 40 damage to a night. So this isn't too surprising. This is very good. Proud of you, Morgan. Then my game. So I played against Flybone Host. not very common. It was very close to a 20-0 though. 3 points off. He scored slightly too much points. So what my Dave ran was a DM Prince without the Feeling of Pain. Oh, of course, no Feeling. I'm sorry. This is 5 notes. They don't have the Feeling of Pain. A normal Feeling of Pain, a normal DM Prince, 3 Lords of Contagion, and a Lord of Virulence with Droning Chorus. This is the Assault enhancement. 5 generic Play Marines. They just sat on the home field. 10 Blight Lords to go with the Lord of Virulence. 2x2 Spawn. 2x3 Death Shroud. A big 6-man Death Shroud that he deployed. 10 Poxwalkers. Obviously, all the Death Shroud came with Lord of Contagions. This is, well, as you can see by my score, this is Blood Angels. This is just very good for Blood Angels. My whole army is strength 6 minimum, but usually strength 7. Like Vanguard Vets, lethal strength 7 on the charge. Second Guard are all strength 9 to 10, or strength 8 to 9. I prey on an army. He doesn't have -1 damage. He doesn't have any durability. He has no Feeling of Pain, none of that. So this is a good matchup for me. Something that's very good for me. I'm pretty sure we second defend. And the idea for my list is to hard second defend when I can, because a lot of these boards is very, very good if you can get a good matchup. So I'm good into melee, and if I can get in a very, very dense map, I will pray the hell on shooting. The idea was for me to play shooting almost exclusively this weekend, and just because if I have a bunch of fight first, that isn't it's not a detriment for me to take, except the Sanguinor. He sucks ass. Like having Adjudicator and Blade Guard Veterans is not like a detriment to take Adjudicator. He's like a good fighting character, but also means I'm very good into other melee army. So I want to be playing these shooting armies. I can't officially deal with my staging and my speed, because my whole army, literally everything in my army that wasn't a Blade Guard Veteran moves 12 baseline, and I have advanced to charge. One of the fastest armies possible. So fast. That isn't like, Eldar and stuff, but like, that's what I tried to do. And then we'll see the pairings. I didn't play against a lot of shooting. I played almost exclusively melee this whole weekend. I think I played 1 shooting army. It's weird. Yeah, but as we figured out a couple later into our testing, is the Crucible maps are really bad for melee, because this is Crucible. None of the WTC maps are like very good for melee. They're just not. So I ended up, luckily, since this was against a melee army, I just picked fucking table 8 because it did not matter. So these are pictures. I took a lot more pictures this tournament so I can get into depth and what happened in the game. Let's get my piece out of here so we can look at the pictures. So we'll start up here. This is the deployment. I just have some Vanguard Vets down here. My Adjudicator squad. Sorry, it's hard to tell sometimes. We had some Sanguinary Guard. I usually almost every game deployed both my 3-man Sanguinary Guard in reserve to rapid ingress them. And then here's my Asteras squad with his Death Company. And then here's some more Vanguard Vets to screen, some more Vanguard Vets, some Assault Intercessors, and some normal Intercessors. And his deployment here is 10 Blight Lords, his 6-man Death Shroud, both 3-mans are in reserve. That's essentially his whole list. And then his Demon Prince is like behind the wall. So he did, though, is he made a big mistake automatically on the first turn. He advanced both his Death Shroud, his 6-man Death Shroud, right over here, and his Blight Lords right here. I didn't take this is the aftermath, where I just sent my Blade Guard Veterans, my Asteras squad, and my 6-man Sanguinary squad, and absolutely blew them to hell. Both of them died with negative effort. And this might be his Demon Prince. Demon Prince heroiced in and was like fighting my Sanguinary Guard for a minute. There's the Demon Prince over here. Here's his little Plague Marines. And then on his next turn, we're still fighting, obviously, but he brought some Death Shroud over here into my Death Company, and my Blade Guard Veterans, which are down, like, sitting right here. Obviously, I lost a good amount of them. So yeah, he brought his Death Shroud to charge them. Sanguinor is pretty much useless this match because his army is T7. This dude just comes down with his 8 attacks and strength 6. That's all he does for 1,000,000 points. So he literally came down, touched 3 Death Shroud, got absolutely destroyed, and then most of my Death Company survived. And then on the clapback, I killed all his Death Shroud. Yeah, that was essentially the rest of the game. But losing 10 Blight Lords, 6 Death Shroud, Lord of Contagion on turn 1, and then losing 6 more Death Shroud on turn 2. Yeah, that's how we got to the score that we did. He couldn't really do too much after that. He just scored a couple more points the rest of the game, and then it was over. He like lost his army on like turn 1. He just made a misposition. He didn't expect me to be that fast because he had no reason to go because his models were where my models are. So he didn't need to go this far, considering I was essentially like here to here is like 14 inches. So I was going for like 3s and 4s and everyone. I might have advanced like my second. I advanced one dude. It was probably my Blade Guard veterans. The rest didn't need to advance. And then I staged up some more Vanguard vets and such. Like you see, I have a million people all around here. Like, yeah, it was a misplay by him. He didn't really understand. That's no fault on him. Full melee liberators is not really a thing you see. This is a teams list. You can't really play this in the singles environment because you're going to get on like table 6 and die on turn 1. All right, that's round 1 for us. Round 2, we played against the French-Canadian team. I cannot pronounce it, but Quebec. Played against the Quebec team. I personally played against them last year. We had a great game. I played against, that was when I was playing my 30 World Year Terminators. I played against a guy playing 30 Accursed Cultists, and we had a great game. All right, so first pairing, we had Bryce playing, like, I think this is a generic like Gladius Space Wolves. Of any army in the game, I would want to play as Eldar, as the Eldar player. It would be into like a combined arms Space Marines. Because Eldar, with its uninteractability, is very good against combined arms armies, especially because they require both the phases to do damage. It's not like you're only like Tau, which only needs one phase, so they can get around maybe some of the fire invades. A lot of armies like Space Marines, especially Space Wolves, which is much more combined arms than generic Space Marines. They use more melee. Like normal Space Marines, like a Gladys Ultramarines, uses almost no melee. They need both the phases to do damage, and if they don't have them, they get just crapped on. And Eldar is all about just negating one or both of those phases at the same time. And as you can see, he just beat the crap out of him. As we did, Mark deployed T-Suns. So there's a couple armies for me that are straight reds that I can never play against. Chaos Knights is one of those. Greater Demon Spam is another one. And then I would say like Eldar is like the third of these are the armies I can almost never play. Like a generic Warhost Eldar. We'll get to a different Eldar list later. So Mark, his job, like I said, deploy first, take an open board that we don't want, because we don't have a long range shooting army really, like at all. So we don't like open boards like table 2 and shit. So he almost always took it. Took Chaos Knights, essentially tied them 9-11, did amazing. And then we had Morgan playing World Leaders. I think they played a very similar list. He just tied. No surprise. If you're both playing the same list, you probably should tie. Dustin playing Orcs into a small win, which is pretty good because Orcs are very good at killing Knights. So I'm proud of you, Mr. Dustin, especially without a -1 damage. If you had -1 damage on Riggers, that'd be way better because those are really hard for Orcs to deal with. That their power claws get cucked. So Dustin good here. Orcs played their T-Suns. This was a very generic T-Suns list. Garrett did a lot of tying, which is kind of what Orcs do if you can't get good pairings. Luckily, Orcs isn't an army that gets stomped too easily, which is great for us because Garrett was kind of our wild card. He kept having to switch armies. His wasn't liking anything. His main armies are Orcs and Grey Knights, and Orcs were obviously terrible before the changes, and Grey Knights were like iffy. We don't know how good they were. He was trying to find different armies and just like raw dog picked Orcs at the end, which was fine, and he did really good for it. And then we had Eric playing into their guard. He got a 3 again. That doesn't mean anything. This is essentially like their best player in one of their best lists. He took a bullet and did great, scoring any amount of points. We were so proud of him. I love you, Eric. You did great this weekend. Eric, I have to say one thing about Eric. He was my favorite person at this whole event because he was playing like to get shit on list. He was like, just like Mark, he was there to get thrown into whatever we don't give a shit. But he always took advice 100%. He asked us what we should do. We gave advice and he took it. He tried to do that. We'll get into exactly what I'm talking about later when we played against the Art of War. Boy, he just not like not like full of himself, not cocky or whatever. Let me move this. He just was willing to just do what he was supposed to do, and he did great at that. Then we had Tucker playing into Death Guard. This is like he's there playing Junior Death Guard like Victorum 2. This is just a great matchup. Duggar beat the shit out of him. And finally, me playing an Emperor's Children. I wasn't so sure how good my army was into Emperor's Children. Generically, I thought my army was very good into almost any melee army in the game, except Emperor's Children. And this game kind of proved that it's really hard. The issue with Emperor's Children is that, one, I have very little ways of dealing with Demon Princes. Like, those are almost impossible for my army to deal with. And two, we're essentially killing each other. I'm having to trade down by like using extra units to deal with the Demon Princes because I literally have to. And rhinos and stuff because I don't have any guns. I have a couple melta pistols. That's all yet. I'm having to trade down to deal with the stuff. And the longer the game goes, the better his army is, which is what happened in the game. All right. Luckily, it was a small win for me. I think I won by like 8 or something. 82 to, yeah, I won by 8. I went first, which is also terrible because this is, sorry, I didn't say the mission. Take an Ulcers and Destroy. Yeah, it's not the worst mission for going second. I mean, going first is just take and hold. It's not like Supply Drop or something. But especially against this army, I think I want to go second. Just so, I don't know. This army's a little different because I have to bet preemptively, so I don't know. So we'll get into the list. This is one of the army with the Warlord matters. It's a 2-wing Demon Prince. He didn't have any enhancements. 3 Lord Exaltants, which is kind of above average now. Most people are only doing 2. Lord Cacophonists, the Noise Marines. As you can see, his list is very low in shooting. It's just one squad Noise Marines. You know, Emperor Children has low shooting to begin with, but usually they're still taking 2 to 3 squads. Lucius as the Warlord, which I physically cannot deal with this model unless he charges me. Which I'm like, going into this game, I was like, all right, if I take out the Warlord on turn 2 or 3, I'm very good. That means he won't get to 7 points because if Coterie loses, he's playing Coterie, by the way. I don't know if this army has 1 detachment. I don't know. If they lose their Warlord, they're not allowed to bet anymore, which is really good. He's got 15 Infractors to go with the 3 Lord Exaltants, 2 Tormentors, which is the infiltrating. They might have Scout, but they're infiltrating. Infiltrate sticky. They don't Scout. 2 Rhinos, those Infractors, and the Noise Marines. 2 Morphines and the Noise Marines. Like I said, so this picture is a little weird. Sorry, this is our deployment. This is Search and Destroy, so we're deployed like this. So here's my deployment, and like this. This is a really weird WTC one. Like this one would be amazing if I played against a shooting army, but as you can see, I played against another melee army. And this is also a shooting army that can take guns. I mean, a melee army that can take guns, and he still didn't take any. So my deployment was I put my 5 first Blade Guard veterans here. I needed to protect this Death Company squad because this is like my highest damaging unit, period, as 1 brick, which I think I would have needed later in the game for what I'm thinking right now. I need it later in the game for the whatever they're called, the Demon Princes, to efficiently kill them. And they're very close to the the Blade Guard veteran. So if he tries to turn 1 charge him with maybe, I was thinking if he tries to turn 1 charge him with a Demon Prince, and then I can threaten a heroic, then I would definitely probably kill the shit out of it. Because one cool thing about Blood Angels is you can use your Lance strat on the opponent's turn. Because the strat gives you lethal, so it just says in the fight phase and say in your fight phase. So you can heroic and lance in the same turn, which is really good. Almost barely any armies in the game can do that. Most are locked to the your fight phase, which is really cool. So like this is squad charge again with their lance. You'd get your Blood Angels buff, and then you have 4 drills to hit because you're Death Company. Lots of damage. So they're there, and then these have fight first. So they would go, and then he would go. He'd lose a lot of his dudes because I would, depending on what units fight me, proc +1 attack or +1 strength for my strat. Just beat the crap out of it. And then up here, I have my 6-man Sanguinary Squad with the fight first also. And then I have the rest of my army stringing back. Like all my Vanguard vets are like here. Like you can see, here's some over here. Here's some over here. Here's one right here. What he deployed is, I can't really see, but I know he had like a Demon Prince here. And Demon Prince over here. He had his one of his rounds over here. And one was like over here to like go up here. That's where this one landed. And then he deployed some infractors on his this midfield. So what I did is I shot them with my intercessors. I think that was it. Sorry. and I set myself up to charge them with these Vanguard vets right here. And I think I killed 2 or 3 of them. They were like fully string 2 inches, so they were really far. So I killed like 2.5 with the intercessor, was really good. I didn't know with them or anything. Maybe I did. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. This is also my reroll objective for Mr. Combi Lieutenant, who's back there. But he pulled all the way back, so it was like 9 or 10 inches away, and also I'd probably get heroic by his D imprints. Like those are the models right back there. So they just stayed there. They cleansed because I'd cleansed, if I remember correctly. A locust. I had locusts. I know I did action in the middle. And then I recovered with X unit. I don't know. Like I don't know what happened. But he was, like you said, I have a million fight firsters here and here. More things to go. So I think he got out his noise marines and shot them and killed like 3 or 2. So they actually lived, and that's why I got a 15 on turn 2 right here, which was pretty insane. That alone was like the winning tie thing. Because he eventually scored more because, he went second. I couldn't score primary because, like, by the time turn 3, all my good units are mostly dead, and he had 2 DM princes. Like, most of his shit was dead. But he said DM princes running around. I could not deal with them. I don't know if there's a picture, but it's like the Malerfiend strat reserve took my home field. I could have blocked it out more. That was probably a mistake, but in my mind, I was like, I can't really worry about my home field. If he puts a Malerfiend there, like, whatever. The Malerfiend's relatively useless. I can do anything in my army. It's like, can maybe kill 5 intercessors. But I need to worry about killing his stuff, which, as you can see, I have stuff running around doing that. So yeah, that happened. Turn 2, like, he moved his rhino over here, blah, 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 blah. And then he moved it over here to try and force me to need to kill it at melee, and then he gets to hop out and charge me. And hit my turn, luckily I had some infernal pistols pop off and kill it in the shooting phase, which is really lucky. And then I got to charge the infractors inside with some Sanguinary Guard and some Vanguard vets, and I killed them all for, like, quote unquote free. It was really good, but he got his noise marine. One annoying thing happened. He didn't actually have his noise marines in the rhino. He reserved them. I'm remembering now because he rapid ingressed them. Overwatched my 6. I think this is my 6-man Sanguinary Guard that went up there and killed like 3 of them. And then on his own turn with the Overwatch, it's like, holy crap. And on his turn, he just shot them to death. It's like, shit. Well, I essentially lost that 6-man Sanguinary Guard for free. It acquired 2 CP on this point, but like, they're not using strats otherwise. That was very annoying. That was like also one of my only useful parts of killing Demon Princes, because Captain makes him strength 9, so I can wound on 3s with Lance, which is really good. And that was the only brick that could really do it efficiently. But yeah, that was happening. I killed all those things. I had to deal with the Noise Marines, which I couldn't really deal with them too well. Wait, did he have 2 squads of Noise Marines? Let me check. All right, everyone. I'm just stupid. He actually has 2 squads of Noise. This makes everything much more sense. He has 2 squads of Noise Marines. I wrote this wrong. Sorry. So yeah, he did rapid ingress this one, but he still had one in the Rhino, which are these guys. These are the Rhino Noise Marines right here. And these are rapid ingress Noise Marines, like Lord Cacophonous. Yeah, because if you put a Lord Cacophonous in a Rhino, you can't put an Infractor squad with them, because that's 13 models. But 6 Noise Marines plus an Infractor and a Lord Exaltant is 12 models, so you can do that. So yeah, he did them. Threatening the midboard. I had very little way of dealing with it because he has Demon Princess so close by. I can't like 3 Sanguinary Guard. Like I don't have a good throwaway unit to like one shot this. Like 3, like, any of my like good units can with no effort. I'm talking about like Vanguard vets and like Assault Intercessors. I would need 2 squads to like one shot this, and that's like then they're getting destroyed by the stuff for free, which is really bad because then you get to kill points. That's also another thing I had to watch out for. I was trying to be careful the first 2 or 3 turns, is I can't just like feed in my units as I like to do early, like my Vanguard vets and my small Sanguinary Guards, because he gets kill points, and the second he gets 7 kill points before like turn 4, I will just get destroyed. So luckily he didn't get them to like turn 4, I don't think, at least to 7. So I kept my kills very low, my deaths, and that's why like this squad's still here holding his own field. Like this is I think turn 3. They're still living into turn 4, and then this was like I kept my death company safe. They were just sitting there waiting for him to like either come and kill some Noise Marines on the next turn, or wait for Demon Prince. This is me charging a couple squads. It was definitely Asterath plus a different squad charging the Demon Prince. They killed him, thankfully. They only had one Demon Prince by the end of the game, but this is like turn 4, so it was just like me trying to score these last couple points. Which he killed those. He killed probably both of these on my turn. I'm pretty sure he killed both of these. That's why I only got a 5 on turn 5 with just this. He didn't have any way of dealing with this. Yeah, that's the game. It was just, me going second, so I had to stand on objectives with my tactical marines versus the army that goes 30 inches and charges you. I tried my best. It was really hard. This is definitely, like I said, even for like a pseudo anti-melee army like mine, this is probably one of the only armies. Because also I can't just like touch him because he just falls back and charges anyway. So I can't even do things like that I normally do against a lot of armies. Not fun. All right, round 3. This was a very good win for us, as you can see, 123-37. Scorched Earth Crucible. This is the last Crucible. Like I said, Crucible is the worst deployment type for me because there's not like actually any great deployments that I luckily played against. As we'll see, another freaking melee army. We're 3 for 3 on melee armies. We played against my club, Borderline sort of my club. First, we had Mark playing the Necrons. It doesn't matter. It's a 10-10. It might have been Star Shatter, and they're like, please, someone's like, please take the Star Shatter out of the pairing, so we don't have to deal with it. I don't care. I want to play against Star Shatter because my army beats the crap out of Star Shatter, but I didn't get to play him this weekend. I mean, Garrett's playing against I want to check what Space Marines this is real quick. All right, I check. It is Star Shatter. So like, what? Some people on our team don't want to play against Star Shatter. It's like -1 damage Silent King. Like whatever. I can handle that. Like a 6-man Second Guard plus any other unit kills the Silent King through -1 damage, which is really cool. This was the most white bread version of Gladys possible. It still even has Calgar and Rabute, so like a very small amount of units on probably I assume Garrett defended. I don't know. I should have took picture of the pairings. I didn't think about that, but I'm pretty sure Garrett defended and picked a decent board for himself. And then we had Eldar, Bryce playing World Eaters again. Yeah, this was a World Eaters list, literally with no Forge Fiends, only spamming like 20 Berserkers and just like some Exalted 8-bound. A lot of them was like 3 squads Exalted 8-bound and some 8-bound. Really bad into Eldar. Those are terrible units in Eldar. Eldar will beat the crap out of them. And that's what Bryce said, to beat the shit out of them. That list, I mean, not like, because he just prays on it. Me and two, this is a very, very generic War Horde orcs. It's very similar to Garrett's list. We'll get over in a second, but it has 20 orc boys instead of 40 instead of 20. Eric playing Tyler Jones's guard again. Just going for a tie. Very good for you, Mr. Eric. And then Dustin playing Death Guard. I think it was Vector, but he beat the shit out of it. Knight beats the shit out of Vector almost always, so that I'm not surprised about that. Like, you have Death Shroud who charge in and kill one armor and then die really badly because that detachment has a pick 3 armorgers and give them rapid fire. So imagine Warglaves with reroll 1s to hit, sustained reroll a hit or wound with a 3-shot super melta and a 2-shot normal melta, 5 melta shots either. That's 15 melta shots with a million rerolls. That's really good at killing almost anything in the game. And then Tucker playing Eldar. This is like a cursed matchup for Eldar. He didn't believe me too much. I told him just fucking run at him and the Eldar will shit their pants, and that's what happened. He was like, I got there on like turn 3 or 4, and he had his transport on his opponent's home field. I was like, oh no, poor Eldar. And then Morgan played Leagues of Votann, which he essentially tied it. It can be a hard matchup. It's just a lot of durable dudes. Like World Eaters is good at killing a lot of small amount of durable things, like a land fortress, but like 3 land fortress and like 12 robots. Really hard to deal with. All right, like I said, I played against a Warhorde list. It's very similar to Mr. Garrett's list. But the only big difference is he has a second squad of boys, and he brought some breaker boys, like whatever. And then he brought battle wagons, though. Really annoying. Fuck battle wagons, especially your army. I hated dealing with those. Or rather, he had like 3 more trucks instead. Would have been happy. Battle wagons very annoying to deal. But he did what I was scared he was gonna do, was keep his boys in his battle wagon. Obviously, like the downside of Gazgul, if you want him with boys, you can't put him in a transport no matter what, which is really bad, which is why I prefer him with knobs. Then you can go to transport, and then it's way cheaper because 20 boys plus a character plus a warlord enhancement is very expensive. 5 to 10 knobs, not expensive. It's like 105 to 200 points. Like you have the Battle Wagon. Battle Wagon is a very efficient transport. The land rate, a 3-up save Land Raider with AOC, like 160 points, and has good melee. It's very good. And it holds like 22 models insanely. But this is, to me, a game where he got tabled on like turn 1. Like straight up, he got tabled on like turn 2. That's why the score is very good for me and very not good for him. So this is my deployment. I just deployed at essentially all my big dudes on the line, still the same reserves I always do. And then he just his deployment. Here's his boys. Here's some boys. Things in battle wagons. Things in battle wagons. I went first. I just moved my death company here while stringing my sanguinary guard in between the death companies so they can heroic if I need to, because first the death company have fire and death. We're gonna see what happens in a couple seconds. And then I position some other things like over here, ready to do stuff. Blah 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 blah. So he moves up. He's like, all right, you're within 12 of my army, so you're going to charge me anyways. So I need to wall and charge you. Hope it works, which is not completely incorrect because I was going to charge shit out of army. And if he doesn't have wall, he dies really bad. He doesn't have his buffs. He charged a Gaz into the death company. I heroic with my sanguinary guard. They go loop loop loop. And then I touch things around, so he has to fight X amount of models into a sanguinary guard, X amount to the death company, blah, 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 blah. So you can't just like one-shot a whole squad with ease. He has to split his attacks. The sanguinary guard absolutely delete the boys with literally no effort. 6 sanguinary guard. I don't even know if I lanced. I probably did. So I would have 2 CP at that time. I was a captain, which is 3 CP. I probably lanced because I'm winning on 2s. That's also like, this is like the first real game where like spears are amazing because whole army's T5 and has shit saves. Spears are strictly better in this matchup, and they were. My sword's wounding on 3s, fucking annoying. My spear's wounding on 2s was awesome. Because the only difference between a spear and sword is a spear is AP2, has lance, a sword is AP3, no keyboard. Even like, I'm gonna get into this later, but like even the matchups where spears are supposed to be bad, like armies that have efficient AOC, like Emperor's Children, the spears were also MVP. So good. I love spears. I charged in, one-shotted all the boys. Gaskell's whole squad died to my second guard. He fought on death, obviously. He saw his whole boss while fighting on death. This interaction was funny. He killed like, I think 8 of the death company. Most of them actually didn't get a fight on death. A lot of them were in the back, like a little too far away. And then maybe the sanguinary didn't one-shot them, but the fighting on death did. Between my fighting on death and my sanguinary guard, all the boys died. So he didn't even kill all my death company. Yeah, that's what it was. I probably killed like 14 or 16 or something, and then the rest fought on death, killed all the boys. This was still in the same interaction, and then I did some damage to Gaskell. He killed Makari. He failed his first save, sadly. It's what Makari does sometimes. Yeah, that's what happened. He killed his first save. And then Gaskell had to activate on his own without his buffs. Oh, that's what happened. He killed like 4 or 5 death company, killed like a sanguinary guard. Gaskell activated, killed another like 3 death. I was left with like 2 death company by the end of this. And then Gaskell was left alone. No Makari, all alone. Obviously got deleted. These boys were prepared to charge my sanguinary guard. They went like all the way over here, and they were out of range, so he just kind of walked onto the objective. And then my sanguinary guard came around, charged here. Blade Guard veterans came from right here. They were like back here, I think. Oh, right here. Yeah, they walked over here, charged in here, charged in here. He fought on death, killed a bunch of them too. I killed all the boys again. So by that, and then I killed things over here and such. By that, he essentially had a couple knobs. I can see at my death company here. He doesn't have any. He has empty battle wagons and a couple dudes, like my 3 death company and Ashrath ran over here and killed like the tank bus, not tank, bruiser boys, what are they called? That's what happened. Like I said, he was by going into on his turn 1, on my turn 2, before his second turn, he had lost like 1,000 points of his army. Really bad. There's not too much to talk about here besides just like that play of which is a very important thing to do of setting up your heroics correctly, which is like what I did. I prepared my thing in regard to heroic the Death Company. The Death Company are in front. They have fight on death. That's essentially me getting to do 2 activations at once. I get to fight first. If he fights on death, hits some Death Company. They have fight on death on a 4-up, and they hit back. Really good. All right. Next mission. This is where we tied. This is Papal Supremacy. The guys who got second or third. All right. This is good. We had an amazing pairing. There's this one little goofy thing that happened. All right. So we had where is Mr. Mark? Yeah, Mark deployed first. I'm pretty sure, as per usual. Noah is playing a very interesting Dark Angels Vanguard list with Deathwing Knights, Lionel Johnson, and Centurions. So a lot of us could not play against that list. Obviously, me with Lionel Johnson, Deathwing Knights. I can handle Deathwing Knights. Not Lionel Johnson. I just can't. Small sucks, usually. Like, generically, it's not very good, but you don't have guns. It's really fucking annoying. So Mark's army is the 3 damage buff dot army, so he's very good at killing things like Deathwing Knights. Like Dev Wounds and like +1 damage and a million 3 damage guns, because you get all the Demon Princes are 3 damage melee, have good guns, like and other things. Magnus the Red, obviously Hellbrutes, they got like 7 attacks to damage 3. And Vindicators, obviously. So he went first, took on this army that a lot of us didn't want to play. Eat him up. This is Hidden Supply Standard Anvil. Very cringe mission, I'll say so myself. We had Dustin playing Sam Pope's Tyranids. He was playing Subterranean Tyranids, but just like Monster Mash Subterranean Tyranids. Let me grab the list exactly, because it's a very strange list. Yes, yeah, he's a very Monster Mash list. He's got Stormlord, Neurotyrant, 1 squad of Hyper Ravs, 10 single gargoyles, a Biovore, 2 Neurolectors, 2 squads of normal Raveners, a big zone throw squad to hang out with the Neurotyrant, but a Horror Specs, 2 Screamer Killers, a Psychophage, and a Norn Emissary. So it's like Monster Mash with the small amount of teleporty boys you need. Very weird, very strange list. Not like a bad list. He obviously did very good. Not a normal list. Justin is he did his best. And he also played on like the heaviest board possible and like fucked him. It sucked. Pretty good here. This was like the goof. Like, this is not Morgan's fault. What happened is Matt, I don't know Matt, his name's Matt. But Matt like moved his knights. He's playing triple, but like he's playing triple spoiler. It's like a complete normal generic. It's not anything to talk. He's playing triple spoiler, all Gatling cannons. He moves his knights up in charge range of Morgan. Morgan charges the spoiler with the like most anti-knight model in the game, the Exalted 8-bound. Like, I don't know if he charged both of them or Karn plus an Exalted 8-bound. And he pops his 5-up invul save. You don't even get the feeling pain anymore. You get one or the other. He pops his 5-up invul save in melee and takes like 14 damage only. When an Exalted 8-bound squad is like 205 up invul save knight, does like 40 damage. He made a million 5-ups. That happens. Sucks. And then Morgan like got tabled instantly. Instead of like killing 1 to 2 knights like he was supposed to, he didn't and just died. Like, hypothetically, you can say, Morgan, you should have played more carefully, but like you should expect to kill the knights. He didn't, and he died. That sucks. Yeah. It was dice or dice sometimes. It is like you say dice don't matter, but it is a dice game in the end. Sometimes dice say fuck you. And that's what happened to Morgan in that game. It sucks, but no one's playing Morgan here. Not at all. Garrett played normal. It was a GSD, just high GSE. Like, that's what both these armies are doing, so nothing there. Bryce played against Death Guard and got a small loss. This is interesting to me. Let me pull. Yes, he's playing Champions and Contagion, not a normal attachment people normally play. The list is pretty generic though. 2 squads of Death Shroud, 1 single Predator though, which is kind of weird. Half a big squad of Blight Lords and some Poxwalkers and some characters. It's the Champions of Contagion is the attachment that lets you fight first or at will crits on 5s. Not a very popular attachment because it's not that good. It's kind of like very one no. It's kind of about Plague Marines, and Plague Marines are terrible. Even he, this is Plague Marine attachment. He has like 5. I remember Bryce talking about this, why he got a 9 when he's supposed to. He expected to like get a 15 or something. He made a weird play. Like this was like a misplay in his mind. He made like a weird play with like a fire and fade, and it let the Death Guard collapse on a goofy play he shouldn't have made. I don't know exactly, but I know this was like a play he shouldn't have made. But it didn't matter in the end because we technically lost by 2. He would have needed to score like a 20, which was never going to happen. It doesn't matter. The score doesn't matter. Mike Pestilence playing Monster Mash, like he likes to do. I think he had 6 Greater Demons. Played against pretty much the most anti-Greater Demon army. Mike scored like 30 points or something. This is like a hard counter. This is nothing on Mike. This is a hard counter. As we're about to see right here. This is Wesley. He goes by Nemo sometimes, I think. He just won LVO, I'm pretty sure, with, I think, the exact same list. No one in our army can handle this list. Literally no one. The only ones maybe are maybe Tucker, maybe Garrett. These are all hypothetical because no one's played against this. We don't know. And maybe me. I think I can handle this. Nemo or Wesley probably, I think, has other words for it. He's the professional. I would trust him more than me just saying, I can probably kill it. Because I can kill like 100 guardsmen like a turn with little effort, even with all their buffs. Yes, he has like the Tanglefoot and annoying rules and blah, blah, blah. And his issue is all the plasma guns that might just table me. I'm durable in melee. I'm not durable against shooting. Second regard. Because I got -1 to hit and wound in melee. They're very annoying. And I have a lot of fight first. I think I can handle this, but this is only me. I talk hypothetically. Eric can't. He was thrown to the wolves. Like, we expected Eric to get a 0. He got a 0. And then me. This is Ben. He's playing a very interesting list. This is Eldar, a list I said I cannot beat because he's playing Guardian Battles. We'll get onto that. Yeah, that's what happened though. We had essentially we had perfect pairings. Morgan was supposed to. This is a good matchup. World Eaters is a good match in Chaos Knights. Morgan was supposed to get a higher score, but sometimes you can't just say I'm gonna get 15. You get a 15. That's not how 40k works. Sometimes shits get fucked up. Like no one's blaming Morgan, but like this is what our pairings was relying on. If Morgan got a 10 to 15, we would have won, but he didn't. Like, whatever. Like I could have got one more point. Fucking whatever. Bryce could have got the 15. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. We tied. We didn't lose. Like that's great. Especially since I got like second and third. The round before they beat my good friends out in Portland. Like beat them hard. So us even like not losing badly, but tying well is very good. I'm very proud of us. Like I don't want to say it. I'm not shitting on Morgan at all. I'm very proud of Morgan. Morgan's my buddy. I love Morgan. That was just like the one thing I'm trying to say of like our pairings went perfectly, quote unquote. Because like I was in the scrum because this was secondhand. I don't remember if someone told me directly. I think Ben maybe told me directly or secondhand is they were trying to pin me really hard with their Chaos Knights and their demons. And they were saving them because they want to pin me because they know if I play against those, I'm going to get fucking 20-0'd. Chaos Demons, like technically I can beat them. The issue with Chaos Demons, if I charge into a Forb save demon and don't do enough damage, I will get tabled. Like I can kill demons. Like it's still like, can I beat them all to the Forb and will save? Maybe makes enough Forb saves and I just lose. Because I can whiff on one demon, but you have 6 of them. Like a Silent King. It's one Silent King. If I don't instantly one-shot him, that's fine. I'll kill him next turn. But it's 6 models of the Forbin will save that are also all above T9. I don't like any of that. Those are all terrible. They knew that. But we got to the scrum. In the scrum, we had me, Admech, like the 4, I don't know, they're all scrum, but the 4 last pairings. We had me, Admech, obviously World Eaters. I don't know what the last one was. But we all got the good pairings. Like we won all the 50-50s. I was the last, like the very last one. That one's called the Scrum or the Forgotten or whatever. And I got flipped into the Guardian Battle Host Eldar, which I'm like is a perfect matchup. And then like we got Tucker and the Chaos Demons, and then we got our technically our good World Eaters and the Chaos Knights. We're all very happy. So we did really good there in the pairing process. We were very prepared for it. We were very happy about that. Maybe it was Knights too. I don't remember. I don't remember what the fourth one was. This was first. Might have been Orcs. I don't know. I wouldn't mind playing GSC, so it probably wasn't. But he's like I said, apparently Ben is quite prolific at Guardian Battles. I've been talking to him a lot. He's a Guardian Battles man. But this is the Guardian Battlehouse list. If you guys don't know what Guardian Battlehouse does, it's your problem. A lot of people don't. Attachability is, I love attachability because GW figured it out. It's if you're on an objective or I'm on an objective, I get +1 to it, which is on Guardians, Dire Avengers, Warwalkers, and Biker Squads. Which is like, I hate those type of attachments, like the Renegade Raiders, where you're like +1 AP if your opponent's on objective, puts it in your opponent's ballpark, which is not what you want as a rule. You don't want your opponent to be in charge of your rules. They just don't put the good opponent's units on the objective, you don't get an attachment. This one is either or. I can stay on objective, get +1. You can stay on objective, I can get +1. Also, perfectly written. And then it's all about big squads of Guardians or Storm Guardians put to the nines, because a Storm Guardian can take a Warlock leader, a character Warlock, one of these guys. It can take a Farseer and double lead it, like a lieutenant and a captain for Space Marines. You can double lead it. So you have 2 characters there. You can also take a Warlock Conclave. They're not a leader. It's an upgrade, kind of like some armies have these. Like the Ogrin for Imperial Guard, where you can add like another pseudo character to a unit to upgrade it, or like the Cryptek dudes, the little dudes, the Scythe hands, the murder buckets, people call them, for Necrons. That's a more common one. So you can add them. They are essentially the same day sheet as a character Warlock. So you have 5 Warlocks. And you can also take a turret if you want, and also shove it in that squad. He didn't take any turrets, but you can. This detachment has one of the most insane strats in the game, in my opinion. It's at the end of your opponent's fight phase, you pick a Guardian squad, resurrect every Guardian data sheet, which is specifically the Guardian models plus the turret they come with, resurrect them all, and put it into reserves. So you can do a lot of cheesy things like piecemeal out the squad, like, all right, I'm going to kill 10 Guardians and leave 1 alive. Okay, now I can start killing my Warlock Conclave models because they're not characters and they have an Invul Save with 2 wounds. Okay, you've killed a couple of those. I can now start killing my turret. Okay, you haven't killed my full squad now. Get fucked. I'm going to res every Guardian, which Storm Guardians are Guardians, and the turret, and put them in reserves and say, fuck you. And then they're also very durable because Warlocks or Conclave, I don't remember what one gives, but they give -1 to wound at all times and -2 to charge at all times. That's what the Conclave and the Warlocks do. Very good buffs. -1 to wound from anything, -2 to charge always. And then each Warlock has essentially a heavy flamer, but it gets buffed for each psyker near them up to 2, which is +1 strength and +1 shot. So they get +2 shots and +2 strength, each of them. So 5 Warlocks is 5d6 plus 10, strength 7 flamer shots. And these are flamers, so on a way. And then you have a Farseer or Eldrad. Eldrad point and clicks +1 to wound, which is very good for these flamers. Or you have a Farseer who points and clicks, I think, +1 to hit. Not that important. It also has an auto flip, which is very nice if you have like a Dev Wound, or if you take the Bright Lance, if it's a normal Guardian squad. Not Storm Guardians don't get it. Or Melta, you can make an auto 6 to damage because hit, wound, or damage. So you can make an auto 6 to damage for the Melta. Storm Guardians come with 2 Meltas or 2 flamers. Yeah, it's a lot of damage into things that can die to those, which is most things in the game. There's like Tube Save AOC. Because they don't have too much ways increasing damage. Shadowrunners give you ignore cover, Warwalkers give you +1 AP. So if the Warwalker shoots at you and they're now all their flamers are AP2 and or ignore cover, that's really good. They don't ignore cover baseline. It's a psychic. It's called Destructor. And then there's also other really amazing strats. You got like 1 CP full reels to wound for anything in the attachment if they're on an objective. So that's really good. This is the best attachment for Azerman for that reason, because he just at will gets his full reels to wound. He doesn't need a stupid transport. Because it's also it's Dire Avengers are one of the units that get buffed in this attachment. You have 1 CP for Storm Guardians, auto advance 6, and advance and charge, which is insane. They just go fucking 14 inches and they get to charge you. Very annoying. Because the Warlocks also have like an okay melee profile. Each of them is each of them gets a spear. They also get a spear. And it's like shoots like a strength 9, 3 damage, no AP shots. So, it's on 2s, probably because attachment ability. Then they get melee, very annoying. So that strat is very good. Like I said, you have that strat for auto advance 6, advance charge, the up and down strat, 4 rolls to wound strat, things like that. Very good. And all strong guardians also stake objectives. And then, so that's like the whole combo. And then, so what he has these 2 enhancements is he has this infiltrates. You can infiltrate 2 squads of guardians. I think he only infiltrated like a normal shitter squad, like the naked storm guardian. And the breath of Vol is Overwatch for free at all times, and also Overwatch on 5s. And if either of you are on objective, Overwatch on 4s. So that part is really good because you have a lot of guns, but it's also just really good because free Overwatch really good when you have like 7 flamers. They have 7 because you have 2 normal flamers too, which aren't as important, but it's a shit ton of flamers. Like hypothetically, in a lot of armies, you can like say on GW1, imagine deploying this giant brick of squads and just putting the 5 warlocks on the very edge of the L on GW1, and then the rest of the squad is behind the wall. So now your opponent has to deal with this free Overwatch squad that does like giga damage, and then Eldar has a runaway strat when you get shot at, not strat, like battle focus token. So you can just like threaten a turn 1 against like a lot of melee armies. Say I'm going to Overwatch the shit out of you with 5d6 plus 10 auto hits at 711, and then just, I get to run backwards. Very annoying. And then if you don't kill all my guardians, I'm going to teleport up and go somewhere else. That way. Then you have some just a normal. I rambled on, but this is a very uncommon detachment, so I felt like I need to explain what the fuck it does. Because I'm a big fan of detachment. I love detachment. I think detachment is super cool because you can play goon squads. You get to take a shitty guardian squad, and shove 1,000,000 dudes inside of it. And you can say, "What's up?" I just get a buff it to the 9. So who doesn't want to play goon squads? There's some naked aspect warriors just because they're efficient. Some fire dragons, smiling banshees, rangers. Like I said, the warlock conclave. The best unit in the Eldar Codex. Maybe you should have 3, but I'm not going to question it. He's the guardian battles guy. Like that. You need to spend points of guardians. And then the shroud runners and the warwalkers, which are very good in the attachment. Warwalkers also have like a weird shoot back strat. If you kill someone, they get shoot you pew, pew, with the 2 bright lenses. You see, this was a very good game for me. Very close to 20-0. We'll see how that was stopped at the end. Did not matter, but you got the 1 point that mattered. I didn't take a lot of pictures this game. So this was the map I was left with. Oh, and also an issue. This was unexperienced with WTC. Like, this is not Morgan's fault. We're not experienced with WTC. None of us are. He picked a map he thought was good against Knights. I don't know which one exactly it was. I want to look into it. But he picked a map he thought was good. And it's hard to tell in WTC just looking at how heavy or not heavy it actually is, because they all look both heavy and empty at the same time. WTC is really weird. Not a fan. But it ended up being a terrible board for him, which just was inexperience. He didn't know. So he picked a bad board. He should have picked, like, he had the option. We were last. He was 7, I was 8. We were like second pick, so we got to pick both the boards. He picked that board, and I was like, I don't give a shit. My board does not matter for me. I don't care. On this, both these are equally fine. So I let him pick. And so it didn't screw me either way, but it just was an experience. He picked a bad board, which sucked. I don't think it would have made any difference too much on the score-wise, just because the play came down to he bounced and then instantly died. Like the thing happened where I said, if I play against Chaos Demons, this is what happens. I bounce and instantly get tabled, which is what happened to him, sadly. Well, that maybe that could improve the match slightly if you pick this board, which is like, this is the board you're hoping for against Chaos Knights. Holy shit. Because this is a Hammer Neville, right? Yeah. Hammer Neville, and then Hidden Supply. So, so what I did is I put like 1,700 points in my army right here. This is my turn 1. Literally, my turn 1 consisted of me running some intercessors on the objective, shooting some warp spiders. I think I had like 3 of them. And then moving my little blade guard guys on this objective because he can't really interact with it. And then the rest of my army is right here. I had some guys over here or something. What was really good in this matchup is I have these shitter Vanguard vets and Assault Intercessors that just kills anything in his army that he doesn't like. I don't care. They just go out, kill them, and he has to kill them back. And they're kind of annoying deals, especially Vanguard vets, because they have invul saves, which is really good for me. That's what I did a lot of the game. These guys were like, bloop. And then some guys over here went like, bloop. And some guys over here were like, bloop, get like some Rangers, something over here, send some Vanguard vets and murder them. But since I was in the L of Doom, as we kind of called it, is like, here's the Astro squad, here's my Sanguinary Guard squad, here's some Assault Intercessors, here's some Vanguard vets. My Vanguard vets were there 2 seconds ago. My Death Company deployed here. This was like at the end of turn 1 for me, not the actual deployment, and they just walked up here. He couldn't really interact with it. Because the only thing he could do, like, here's a Guardian squad, is like hypothetically use the teleport here and shoot me, but I had some Vanguard vets right here, killing some dudes on the objective. We couldn't do that. Even if he did, well, it's not going to do a lot of damage because he has no way to getting the War Walker to get plus 1 AP, so maybe he gets to shoot the Death Company and do some damage, but he can't kill Sanguinary Guard. Like, at all. Because the 2 save AOC versus Strength 7 Flamers with no AP is not going to do a lot of damage, so then they'll die. That's what he tried to do all game. And this is like the end of turn 2. So this came with a mistake admittedly on his part. Is he see, like I said, I sent some Vanguard vets. This is Vanguard vets to fight some dudes up here. We're like bloop 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 bloop. Because I wanted to kill his dudes. Because he had 10 Storm Guardians right here. I wanted to kill them, not have to deal with them. Like, and then he has to deal with my Storm Guardians. His High Banshee's right here, ready to heroic. So I sent my Lieutenant guy because I didn't feel it was gonna be very important in this game. Correctly. I don't really need the reels too much, and like I don't need help holding these objectives like at all. Like, this objective is completely safe. I can stand here all game and get minimum 5 points, but realistically I'm getting at 5 to 10 every turn, no matter what. You can't really stop me from holding 2 of these. Like, you can stop me from kind of stopping from holding 3, but 2 of them is not going to happen. Because he would just require his whole army. So I sent the Vanguard vets to kill those Guardians. Knowing he had his Howling Banshees to heroic. So I said it, I positioned it where if he would heroic with his Howling Banshees, they can only fight the Combi Lieutenant. That's how I positioned it. And that's what happened. He charged Combi Lieutenant. The Combi Lieutenant died. I was like, fine. I got to kill the Storm Guardians, and then I had these Vanguard vets just chilling. They piled into the Fire Dragons. I was on this objective. Very annoying for him. Here's Assman, by the way, Azerman. And then, so he set up, he didn't move too much. He set up his Howling Banshees to deal with my Vanguard vets, which they're not going to be fair. I don't think a squad of Howling Banshees one-shots of Vanguard vets, but maybe. But he forgot about the Sanguinor. He just did, admittedly. Sanguinor came down, because that's the only thing his army that can charge. So I'm like, I can take an opening with Sanguinor now. Sanguinor came down, actually killed all 5 of the Howling Banshees. Very lucky for a guy with 8 attacks and no rerolls. He got all his saves. I made like 7 wounds, maybe a couple devs. Killed them all. Really bad for him. My Vanguard vets also lived. Did something with them. I don't know what they did. That's also why I have... This is like my turn 2. Yeah, this time I'm turn 2 because I just like advance up here and charge. As here's Sanguinor. Sanguinor came down, killed them, and then he's in his DZ, charging his backfield Eldrad squad, killing his Azerman with my Sanguinary Guard squad, and this is kind of what just like instantly like flipped the game. No, the game wasn't much. It was like the beginning of the game, but it's like you're now absolutely screwed because I have 6 Sanguinary Guard in your home field that you have very little chance of killing, touching your backfield because you back this squad up back here, and like you see where it is, like as far back as possible to not be interacted with because he probably wanted to teleport it back later and interact with it. But it's being touched by the Sanguinor. There's no fallback and charge, no fallback shoot or anything. You're just like, if you're in combat, you're in combat, get fucked. That sucks. And then I have this squad that's invincible, especially they're uncovered too. And they were invincible. I didn't really lose much. I kept touching him, and then from that, the game is just like, bleh. And so by turn 4 and 5, I essentially tabled him. By turn 5, he had just this squad left. And that's what's where we get to the score of marked. This is his score, but me, no prisoners and stuff. This was the 20 right here. What? Since I was too far out, he lived that squad with like a Guardian and like, this is turn 4 actually, because turn 5 I tried to run back, it didn't work. So turn 4, the only thing he had left was I charged some dudes in there and did not kill the whole Guardian squad. I left like a Warlock, a Farseer, and a couple Guardians left alive because that's what happens. They teleported away, back onto my home field, stopped my no prisoners, but stopped the 20. Very good on him. He also got maybe 5 primary out of it. I don't know. I can't remember if it implies counts your opponent's home field. I don't know. But that's probably where we got the 5. Yeah, that's where it was. It was a very fun game. This is fun to play against another army I can actually kill. You know, I can kill Wraithos, but that's just not real. Yeah, it was just like not the pairing they wanted. And apparently this he also said this deployment was cursed for him because like he has no way interacting with my 1500 point L of Doom, which was true. Yeah, it was good. We had a lot of fun. Good fun game. All right, and then round 5. This is against Art of War. This is where I made an actual misplay, and I am so mad I did that because I lost. Where's my loss? Here it is. This is actually supposed to be a 12. Our scores are probably supposed to be flipped. Oh no, it's so bad. I'm so mad with myself. So we played against Art of War. We lost. There were some bad things. Like the biggest one was Mark thought the World Leaders matchup was fine. It was not. He got wrecked in like 30 minutes. It was really bad. Like he said, some bad things happened. Like he had his 4 characters in a line shooting the World Leaders. Pew 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 pew. Like his Demon Princess Magnus did like no damage, and then they all died. Really bad. You don't want that. But Morgan playing Siegler. So we had Siegler. We had very little people. This is like same thing with the. We were talking about the Art of War for a while the night before. How we were going to pair it because we think we knew we were playing them the day before. Maybe we could have. Yeah, it was round 5. So this is a Sunday. So we knew in going because it was paired by score or whatever. So we knew we were playing them Saturday night. So like what can we do into Siegler? We don't have too much armies. Yeah, the only ones we thought is like saying same thing in the guard, but to a lesser state. Or like the only ones that could maybe handle Siegler, like score like a 10 or something. As we saw, Siegler wasn't like 20-0ing people like at all. He was like scoring like small wins, some decent wins, not like, you know, like 12s and 14s like wins, but not like beating the shit out of people. But like, okay, me, Garrett potentially, and then obviously an Ad McMeer, which you don't ever want to do anyways. And that was really it. Because we had Eldar who gets hard countered. Oh, and then like Mark can play them. So we might have did a mistake in pairings though. I think we dropped. I don't know. We dropped first. We decided this is the only matchup where we didn't drop Mark first. Because they knew we were dropping Mark first. They just knew we were. That was like our thing. We did it 5 times, so everyone knew we were doing it. So we decided to switch it up because we felt like Mark had actually good matchups. Because normally we're like, Mark, whatever, do what you want. We felt like Mark had like good matchups into their team. Like he would be good into like specific armies. I don't remember off the top of my head because like 2 weeks ago, I don't remember what it was, but like all right, Mark actually has good matchups, so we can actually use him instead of just like throwing him away to like do whatever. That might have been a mistake. Maybe we should have stuck to our guns. But I don't remember who we deployed first. I think it was Death Guard. I'm like almost certain we dropped Eric first, maybe? I don't know. Because I'll get into this later, but this is exactly what we wanted, though. We wanted Eric to play Chaos Knights. But Siga, it got into World Eaters. This was like a scrum. This is later in the pairings where Morgan played Siegler. This was doomed. We knew if Morgan was going to play Siegler, he was going to get 20-0. Like he had nothing. Whatever. This was a foregone conclusion. We did not expect anything otherwise. Like this is nothing on Morgan here. Morgan was a champ and took it like a champ. He did his best. He tried to score a couple points. Couldn't do it. But proud of you, Morgan. Getting dicked is not an easy thing to do. So I'm proud of you. That's not inappropriate, but I'm proud of you, Morgan. Me and Michael, man, this was a scrum. This is what I wanted because there was some bad matchups at the end. This is exactly what I wanted. It was like Mike Muzzeni near the end. Michael, man, this is something I can beat, but it's a lot harder because he's just playing Victorum. And except the same list as Eric, except instead of Mortarion, he has a 3rd Death Star squad and like 1 more drone or something like that. It's a very similar list. Yeah, it was like Mike, Orcs, Eldar, and maybe Emperor's Children. Something like that, where I only wanted to play against Eldar. Orcs. Like, it's a favorable matchup for me. Like I said, 20-0 the other guy. I know it's a favorable matchup. It just is. Then we had Eric playing Ben. This was great. This is actually one because Ben's playing triple spoiler Gatling cannon. And Eric has 2 T12 models that have funeral pains and access to -1 damage. And as you could see, they tied. This is actually, I think Eric slightly won by a couple points. And then he was like a failed 6-inch touchdown charge from getting like a 10 or 12, 11 or 12. We gave him really good advice on what to do. Just tie the shit out of Ben. And he did perfectly. As I kept looking at the table, Mortarian's just chilling in the middle of the board. And there's nothing Ben can do about it. You can do some lethals and like hope to do some saves. Mortarian also has a 2-up save. So like, one of them has ignored cover. The rest he just gets good saves against. It's not a good matchup, obviously. Not something what you want. That's what we got. There's one thing we wanted. Because also, there's not too much people in our army that wants to deal with triple spoiler. It's Eldar. It's Morgan. And then Admex and almost an easy 20-0. They were never going to do that. And then obviously they know Eldar and World Leaders can beat the shit out of triple spoiler. So they're not stupid. Obviously, they beat us. They know not to do that. So this is the best thing we could hope for. Because obviously this is shits on me. It can shit on other things. Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, we got Mark into Jack. This was a mistake. This was later in the pairings, maybe mid to later, like 3 or 4. He thought it was okay. It was not okay. He did. It was a mistake. It was terrible. This is the matchup we wanted. Because we didn't have a lot of people who wanted to play against John. Not because like John's very good, obviously, at 40 games. Not like we're just like, oh, we don't play against John, but like his specific Emperor's Children. Me, like I said, I knew this is like the hardest melee army of like a melee match I could play. Obviously, he's a very good player at the same time. I'm like, I will, at best, I'm getting 11 or 12. Not good when I want to be killing someone, or it's like, that's if things go well and I can just lose because it's like the hardest melee to play against. Blood Angels is Emperor's Children. Then we have it's the only real, because we also know they're going to save him realistically and like try and scrum him something good, get a very good matchup. We can't like pin him. So we were thinking we can try and get Bryce, and also he just 20-0'd an Eldar player, so like maybe they'll want him to play Eldar, which is what happened. He played Eldar. He got some very goofy advice of taking fixed, not from me, but he took fixed. He still scored 7. I was like, Bryce, if you score a 6 to a 10, that's what we need. That's perfect, because John had 20-0'd 5 of 4 other people. We're like, if you make him score like a fucking 12, that's perfect. He scored a 7 because he picked fixed. It was a bad decision. He probably would have scored like a 9 or a 10 otherwise, but it doesn't matter. I say this is a perfect score. This is amazing. This is what we wanted. I was very proud of you, Bryce. Love you. And then we got Dustin's Imperial Knights into Brian Jones' Leagues of Votan. He beat him up, which was very good. I think he was playing a very generic need guard list. The index attachment, like it had like a squad of sword guys. I think it had 2 Jaeger squads, which is above average. Usually someone takes 1, so it's actually 4 because you put 2 in a car and then the other 2 split out. He had a lot of trash. Like he had some bikers too with his 2 land forts, but he beat the crap out of him, which is great. Votan actually has relatively bad anti-tank. And I think he also took conversions, which are decent at killing armriggers, kind of, but not like really. Like the last scans are going to be better. Tucker into Death Guard, just a very good matchup. Like Verna Victorum it cannot handle Admech. And Mike scored 5, which is really good. Better than a 0. Good job, Mike. And then finally, Garrett into Nick. This was like Garrett. Garrett's like, I could probably tie it. Like, this is very close to tie. It's a very small loss. This is nothing bad off him. Yeah. It's just having a 0-20 and then 2 0-20. There's nothing you can come back from that. Like, if one of those comes back a 10, like let's say like Morgan gets a 10, and that's never gonna happen. Let's say Mark gets an actual 10. 72 to 88, we still lose. So he would need to get a 10. Bryce would need to get his 10. I would need to get my 12. So everything would need to go like perfectly well just to tie. Because like no skin off anyone's back. Like, there's no one here that has lost the round. Like Mark would need to get like a 20. Like realistic, that's never gonna happen. So this is my game. Look, I'm so annoyed with this. This is playing almost the same list as. I think he's playing the exact same list that Garrett's playing. Yeah, I think it's the same list. There's nothing to talk about here. There was a couple things that happened in this game. One, I went first. Sucks. I did not want to go first. I'm so annoyed that I went first. This is what's the mission? Take an ult. In-hand rebel. Handle sucks. Handle sucks ass for melee. I hate it. So I went first. I could not score secondaries. Like I kept I'm not trying to blame the card. So I kept drawing bad secondaries. Like Call the Horde in turn 2 and Gaskell's in the deployment zone. I did not want. I also needed CP, so I'm like, I don't want to keep this card. And then he keeps Gaskell back another turn, and it's just going to be awful. So I had to discard it. And then next turn I scored no prisoners. The next turn I got Bring It Down and Sabotage. I couldn't do Sabotage. I'm trying to kill. I'm trying not to die. I couldn't do Sabotage. I just couldn't do it. Bring It Down. I tried to kill some trucks and got I think 2 or 3 trucks. I got down to 2 wounds. So I was like, ooh. Because I was dealing with 4 war bosses on the battlefield in Gaskell this time. I'm like, I can't just use actual units to kill trucks. I can try and do some free damage to them. It didn't work out. And this is where the bad shit happened. The display of might. I think I even kept. Yeah, I kept it. Oh my God, I kept it going to the next turn. Because I had 3 trucks at 2 wounds. I was like, I will get it next turn, but this sucks. Another no pointer turn. These are both supposed to be scored. I made a mistake that fucked the game up. And this was me going second, so I couldn't score any primary. He just walks on my objectives. I still got a 15 because I tabled him by the end of the game, essentially. Oh God, I didn't even take the pictures, which annoys me. So I did. This is very similar to the other orc game. Where I have all my units up, I move up. Instead of having my death company, which I sent up here to deal with a bunch of war bosses up here, which I don't know if I think that was an end up mistake, but these are my Blade Guard veterans, they're slower, so they kind of just have to be in the middle. Is I did the same thing where I had my Blade Guard veterans interceded with my Sanguinary Guard. So either no matter what he charges one, I'm heroicing and fighting first, and that's what happened. We'll say this is turn 3. We're going to turn 3. He charges Gaskell into my squad. I do the thing. Sanguinary Guard more touch him than the first time, but I don't have any fight on death. So I think if I'm doing this, you want the death company, so you have the double interaction of fight first, and then your unit that gets fought on death gets to fight on death in return and do some damage. They fought. They killed all the boys. Boys fought on death. They actually killed almost every Blade Guard veteran. They killed 5 of them and maybe 1 Sanguinary Guard. I didn't lose a lot of Sanguinary Guard. They killed 1 Sanguinary Guard. And then Gaskell, he didn't interact yet, so he didn't have his buffs. He fought the Sanguinary Guard, but with -1 to wound and -1 hit now, instead of +1 hit, +1 to wound. So he's -2, essentially what he's used to. And he might have killed 1. I rolled a lot of 4-ups. But Gaskell did not kill Sanguinary Guard. I ended that turn with 5 or 4 Sanguinary Guard. And my death company, my Blade Guard veterans were dead by the end of the turn, or maybe just this guy was alive, my little adjudicator. So that was really good for me. Then on going into it was on his turn, and then going into my turn. But did he steal that objective from me? Oh yeah, because what I had on the objective, I also did the same thing with this guy, where I brought him up to eat a lot of the space. He stood in front of my those are Storm Boys, I think. Stood in front of my Blade Guard veteran, so he has to charge him, and he has to invest resources to killing this guy, leaving my Rulians alive. He was dead by the end of the turn. So yeah, but by the end of that turn, The only thing he had live was Gas Cool. I killed Makari with my precision. It might have been the Judicator because he was still alive. Precision Dev. I just was like, Precision Dev, he's dead. Makari, no Makari to deal with. And then the boys died. Well, obviously, Dev was at the end, but the boys died. Makari took a couple invul saves, and then died to Dev. And then Gas Cool was alive. Then, like I said, he fought, did his thing, didn't do too much damage. On my turn, I have a Gas Cool, but then I have like a Beast Boss and a War Boss down here to deal with. We're also charging in, doing some damage. Some Flash Kits down here. Up here, I have a War Boss and a Beast Boss up here. Like I said, there's like 6 War Bosses in the field. I'm like, holy shit. They all do a lot of damage because it's also in the wild turn, so they're all like efficient. So he charges up here. My Sanguinor comes down here. I think this might have been the same turn as down here. He comes down. Sanguinor comes and this is 5 knobs. 5 knobs charging some whatever the hell's up here. Probably the Death Company. Probably Death Company because I had the Death Company stringed out like this. Fighting some Commandos, Necron, some other things with some Angravets. He comes down and stands like what's the one benefit Sanguinor can do is you can stand him exactly within 1 inch. The only thing that can ever fight him is that one model is within 1 inch of, so you don't have to worry too much. Because they've already CS5 first or whatever, they're already piled into all the enemy that they charge. He's like, what's up? He fights, kills 4 of the knobs. And then so I'm like, that's very good. Obviously, he fought first, because I obviously choose to fight Sanguinor. He goes knobs. I mean, Sanguinor Guard, he goes to the knobs, kills whatever he's fighting, plus does 6 damage to the Sanguinor with 1 knob or 2 knobs, maybe. I can't remember. He's like 1 wound left. I was like, oh. All right, and then so by that time I'm feeling very good because what he has alive, is a War Boss and a squad, a solo like Beast Boss, solo Gas Cool, some Flash Kits, some Garrots over here, a Beast Boss with his squad, and I'm like, I have most of my important units left alive. I still have like my Sanguinary Guard, most of my big Sanguinary Guard squad. I have some random 5-mans, like this squad still hanging out here. Like you see, they ran in and fought some dudes. I still have my intercessors. This is only like turn 3. I didn't take I was too focused on the game. But I had a lot of my important stuff still alive. I'm like, all right, I can charge and kill him. So we'll go into the turn 3. I guess turn 4. So turn 4. Maybe I save Sanguinary for turn 3. I don't know. One of those happened. So we're going into turn 4. What he has on turn 4 is a Flash Kit squad. Small Flash Kit squad, the little trucks that I have to kill now because they lived. I didn't get my Bring It Down. Very cool. Got it on turn 4. Yeah, turn 4. Very annoying. Yeah, I rapid into some Sanguinary Guard over here. And they came in and like, ooh, with Infernal Pistols. You can see both trucks are over here. Another truck over there. So he has both those trucks alive. He has a Flash Kit squad down here. He has the War Boss with his knobs, but just the War Boss alive with like 2 wounds. I literally just grenaded him and he died. He wasn't even a thing the rest of the turn. Oh, let me move this. Whatever. This is the Gasco squad that wasn't there. What we're talking about, because the thing I'm talking about is after this picture. Asterath and stuff was dead. Well, actually, Asterath was alive. His squad was dead. He was hanging out over here. And then over here, he had literally a War Boss, solo War Boss in combat with Asterath with the Sanguinor. I fight first, so I didn't fall back. And then a Beast Boss over here. So yeah, a Beast Boss, a War Boss, like 5 Storm Boys or 5 whatever, some little shitters. I had killed Gasco the turn before. 5 little shitters, a War Boss and Flash Kits, and some little dudes, some little grunts. So what I do is I bring my Sanguinary Guard squad over here, shoot the truck to death, kill it, I'm gonna bring it down. Ready to charge the Flash Kits. I'm sit on the middle with he had like a bigger squad in the middle. It was the Beast Boss. He had the Beast Boss squad, 10 Beast Boys in the middle with the Beast War Boss, whatever it's called, Beast Boss. The 10 Beast Boys here, like 4 Flash Kits here, 2 solo war bosses here. Truck, grots. Like I said, he doesn't have a lot. Got like 3 characters, 1 actual squad, and a grot. No units. Like I said, I killed the war boss, little grenade, pew. Kill the truck, turn up pistols, pew, dead. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna clean up his army. He's probably gonna be left with some of a flash kit squad because he was in combat with like a sanguinary guard and like some other thing, like things he'll be safe with one more turn, but the next turn I'll clean up. I had another sanguinary guard squad, keep striking, killing these grots for turn 5. That's where I got my 15 from. All right, sanguinary is in here fighting this war boss. That means he'll kill him, and that he has just a beast boss here. Beast boss can't do anything. He doesn't have grenades, so he can't kill the sanguinary because he has a gun. Like maybe his big shooter can. I'm like, whatever. If that happens, it happens. Nothing I can do about it. I'll kill this war boss. I just will. Actually, he'll just happen. He has like no wounds left. He has like a bad invul save. No feel, no pain. If that doesn't happen, like whatever. This doesn't happen. And then I'll be able to kill the beast boss, or he won't be able to score any points. Like he won't get his primary, which is important. And then I'll be able to kill him on turn 5. I'm good there. I'm going to charge and kill these flash kits. Nothing over here. And then I'm going to kill the grots over here. So I have like Sanging Guard charging over here, Sanging Guard charging over here. Kind of ignoring this for a second, like just staying in combat with it or just like girdling around with it. So like by the end of the turn, I'm trying to do display might. And I have like a character here, a squad here, squad here. So I'm like, okay, I have 3 units in the middle. They'll all be there at the end of the turn. It'll be good. You have like 4 units. I got to kill like 2 of them. So I'm like, kill the flash kits, kill the war boss. Those are pretty much both going to happen. We're good. We'll get my display of might. I'm not doing anything stupid. Like my Sanguinary Guard are stealing his home field because I just have to do that. Like maybe this is a misplay. It could have been a misplay. I'm thinking because I could have done on like turn 5. Could have wouldn't have got me primary. So maybe they should have like came over here and dealt with the Beast Boys. Like that's maybe what should happen. And then none of this shit would have happened because I would have been in the middle anyway. So like trying to correct my own plays besides the actual direct misplay I just made that I'm going to tell you about. I'm trying to think like correctly. Like maybe I could have fixed because they were just in the middle. They did nothing. They charged some grots, killed them, and then on turn 5 they stand there. They didn't do anything all game. Maybe I should have deployed them all on the ground. Like thinking about it, I probably should have deployed my whole army. Like no deep strike. But yeah, what I did was I charged the flash kits. Stayed in combat. I started with the flash kits. They both have fight first, by the way. Sanguinary and Sim. I kill the flash kits. It's 3 fucking flash kits for a Sanguinary Guard squad. It died in 1/10 of a second. He fucking interrupts with his war boss. Kills my Sanguinary. I was like, oh my god. The second I thought about that, I'm like, holy shit, I did fuck up. He kills my Sanguinary. So we're down to him getting a 5. Me getting display. This does not happen. Me doing defend, because I have an intercessor holding this backfield, or I have it stickied. Me doing defend successfully. He has no way of stopping it. So I'm gonna get display. I'm gonna get defend. He's gonna get a 5. So that's +4, +7 for me, -5 for him, -5 for him. So that's a -10 on him. So he's down to a 62. That's a plus minimum 4 plus a 7 for me. So we're back up to about like a 69 or 70 for me. He's low 60, so we're already at 11. We're already at a min 11 to 9 in my favor. And then tempting target. Oh my god. And then cleanse for him. So what happens now is he gets to, going into his turn 4, because this is my turn 4, he gets to use his strat of like +2 movement and he needs to roll like a 2, advances onto my home field with his war boss. Instead of him having no way of getting onto it. Just because he was alive when he was dead for all intents and purposes. Because I fucked up. I might have even, I don't remember. The advantage charge, the fallback charge doesn't matter. So what that one misplay happened was, and he got cleansed with that war boss. So he gets 10 more primary. He gets a cleanse. I lose my defense stronghold. I lose my tempting target because he got to tempting this when there would have been no way for her. I could have just got it. The Sanguinary would have been there. he would have just had to sit a war boss, the beast boss, on the objective and hope I don't kill him. So maybe it's not like guaranteed I could have got it. Because just a Sanguinor charging a beast boss and hopefully killing it. Like Sanguinor probably kills a beast boss, especially with Lance, but it's not like guaranteed. But I'm gonna say like very likely I get it. So we're in hypothetical towns where I didn't make this misplay. So I get 5 points on tempting, I get 3 in defend, and 4 in display. So 4, 9, that's 12 secondary for me. I'm up to 34. So this is 74. So 84 points for me, right? 30 plus. Sorry, I'm doing quick math. So I get 5 on tempting, 3 in display, 4 in display, 3 on tempting. So 9, 12 more. So yeah, it's 34. So yeah, so that's 76. He loses 2 on cleanse and 10 on primary. So he's down to 63, like 76. So our scores are almost completely flipped, by the way. Like in the hypothetical land. Just because I made that one mistake. It's like, this is not like mostly hypothetical land. The Sanguinor would have killed him. It just would have. I just needed to pick him. Sanguinor, go. Activate, kill the warlock. Just, he's going to do it. That's not something, it's not like a hard thing to do. It's not like, damn, he gotta kill him or I lose the game. This is just gonna happen. But I just activated wrong. I'm a dumbass and I activated wrong and I flipped the score. Like, I'm just annoyed because I made a misplay and it caused me to lose in a game I was winning. And I even said in front of, when again Morgan, I felt like an asshole afterwards. Because Morgan's like, how's the game? I'm like, I'm gonna win. It's probably gonna be a small win. And then I lost a small loss, like a dumb fuck. Like I'm an idiot. But the only, like, I don't know, the good parts is it didn't matter to the round. It didn't matter. Our scores didn't matter. This 2 scores, not blaming them. I'm just saying, like, having 2 0-20s, no matter what, we're going to win. Me gaining 4, like having a 4 difference differential is not going to change the score. Like if it like affected if we tied instead of 1 or we lost instead of tied, I would have got like actively like pissed off myself. But I'm just more annoyed I made a stupid mistake, especially in like melee when I'm a melee player. I only like to play melee, and I value myself as very good at melee, and I made a stupid blunder like that. Like, sure, most things don't have a Nate fight first. It's not like a completely normal thing that you play with too often, but I'm just annoyed I did that. Like, I'm stupid. It like caused, like I said, it let Michael win from... I threw the Grass of Victory out. And this was also because I went fucking first. I went second. None of this could happen. I would have just won. We're not going to say that. That's stupid. That makes me sound like an idiot, like an asshole. I am at a worse position because I went first. There you go. For scoring primaries stuff. Like I said, he was dying really badly, but he got to score all the good primaries because I'm not a good primary army. I'm like a bad primary army. Just like 50 tactical marines versus the world. Survive on the objective. They don't survive on the objective very well. Me going first didn't mean I was going to lose. Like, no, I take that back. That was a misspeak. Yeah, that was that game. I made one stupid blunder, a misplay that caused me to lose a game I should have won. Should have, not guaranteed. Don't take it out of context. All right, in our last game, we won this pretty decently, 99-61. And as we're going to see, this is the only shooting army I played against. And it's like kind of a shooting army. It has some noise marines and predators. So me, the guy who was supposed to... This is the story of my list and my design. I was supposed to hard defend, second defend every time, and try and play against shooting armies. And I played against fucking none. I played against one shooting army. Like, what was round 4? This is kind of a shooting army, but it's kind of like a not damage army. Like, this is technically a shooting army, kind of. It shoots you. It's not like a shooting army. This is like the most shooting army I played against, which is I played Renegade Raiders. All right, round 6. We played against the Green Banner presents Hammer. Very fun round. We had a lot of fun games. The map I played on was Cursed. This absolutely worst, fucking worst map ever. All right, so round 1 we had Omar playing as Dustin. This is Gas Demons. It's supposed to be like an okay matchup for Dustin, and he got wrecked. Not Dustin's fault too much. I think Dustin went first, and then he got to uppy 92 demons. And just 6 in deep strike, made the charges, advanced to charge the other ones, killed a shit ton of armigers, and then Dustin shot back. did not kill any demons, and then lost. He just got tabled because he couldn't kill the 4-up save of demons. Sometimes it happens. He got wrecked. It didn't affect the round because the rest of us did really good, but that was very funny. Poor Dustin. Like, he got the demons, the thing that what's going to happen to me. I feel bad. He didn't really get otherwise. Like, Dustin's my boy. I think I said, unironically, I think he's one of the best Knight players. Like, he has it to back up. He's won a million GTs with Knights. Like, he's beat me with Knights many times. Like, he's very... we went back to Mark deploying first. He played against Tyranids. Don't know what Tyranids was. He beat the shit out of them. Good job, Mark. I mean, Garrett playing normal World Eaters. Tied them. So I'm not too surprising there. They played a very cagey game. This is also on Linchpin Tipping Point. So you can play relatively cagey on Tipping Point because you have parts that are very far away. And then we had Eric playing against Guard. This is Josh. I played him at Tacoma. He was the hardest matchup I played. It was like a 50-49. It was the closest game I played. And it came down to like a 50-50 Overwatch for me to not lose. And that happened. I wouldn't have won the event. Josh is very good. So I warned Eric. I'm like, Josh is amazing. Guard. You need to be very careful. Josh is playing a very good arm. It's a very, very good combined arms list. He likes to use a lot of small vehicles like Chimeras and Toroxes and Hellhounds, and then have a couple big 20-man. So it's a very, very good list. It's very hard to deal with. And then has normal combined arm rules of like lethal hits and resurrecting squads and stuff. Really hard stuff to do. So I was like, we're told Eric, this is an amazing score. I was so proud. Good job, Eric. This is great because a lot of us don't want to play against this card list, especially me. I think I could beat it on like the heaviest board possible, maybe like table 8 because it's Lichpin, but that's about it. Maybe. I'm pretty sure Josh has played against Blood Angels a million times. So, and I think the guy who's much more experienced in the army is more favorable than the guy who just has to YOLO play Blood Angels. I would vote for Josh in this scenario, me versus Josh in this instance. But Eric, or like, all right, Eric, you just need to AFK in your DZ. He also has 3 Dorns, which is above average. Most people run 1 or 2. He added 3 since Tacoma. I don't know. He's playing the same attachments. I don't know if he reworked a lot or changes for teams, but if he had 2 at Tacoma, he has 3 now. We're like, all right, Eric, you just need to chill in your deployment zone and score like 8 to 10 points, and you'll be golden. That's what he did. Exactly what we asked him to. Good job, Eric. Love you. And then Tucker played against a very similar list to mine. I think he was no shooting Blood Angels also, but he had some different unit choices. But Tucker just nay-nayed on him, as you do. Bryce played against Tau. This is one of the worst matchups Tau can have, is they are playing low toughness vehicle squads. Like a Fire Dragons like to split fire and kill multiple vehicles at once if they can. But when you get to just shoot a vehicle squadron and split fire without split firing, because you just shoot all the models at once, that's like a dream scenario for the Eldar. And that's what happened. He killed them really badly. Might have been Wreck Cadre. We had their orcs play our World Eaters with a small win. And then I played against Renegade Raiders. I was like, I was also in this matchup and near the scrum again. Oh, that's what happened. So, yeah, Dustin, I think we dropped Dustin like second, and he had the option of demons or chaos space marines. And we're like, all right, Dustin, pick what you think you're best into. Because no one really here cares about either of these armies too much. Like me, I don't want to play against demons, but I can just, the other armies I don't care about. So I'll just throw away demons if I have to. So just play what you're good at, you're best into. Like what you can score highest into. Maybe never mind. But he decided on demons because he thought he could beat up demons. He should have took Chaos Space Marines because he definitely would have beat them up. But sometimes you just can't beat 4 of Inval saves, and that's just what happens. I had to play against Renegade Raiders on his board choice while we're in the scrum, and we're gonna see how cursed that is in 2 seconds. And then we had, like I said, Eric. Is that all of them? I have this out of order. I feel dumb. It should be over there. But whatever. There you go. That's all the pairings. I was like one of the last ones. All right, I played against the Renegade Raiders. This is a very, very normal Renegade Raiders lists. Like I said, this was Lichpin Tipping Point. I went first. Left going first, apparently. He had a Chaos Lord, Cypher, 2 Lord Discordants with Dread Reaver and Mark the Hound. Mark the Hound is Scout 6. Dread Reaver is full real stand wound if you're within 12 of the opponent's DZ. Master Execution, 20 Cultists, 5 Legionnaires to hang out with Mr. Chaos Lord, 2 Rhinos, 3 Biker Squads, 3 Predators, Destructors, it's the auto can one. One squad of Nemesis Claw, he hung out with the Master Executions, and 2 squads of Noise Marines. This was a little scary to me because, like I said, I don't want to play against shooting armies on their board choice. That's not something I want to deal with. It's really bad for me. And that's what happened. Sorry, and that's what happened. I played against it's not a shooting army. It has really heavy shooting. Noise Marines are very good into my army. Predators are very good into my army. It's not like a shooting list, but it has a lot of shooting elements. So this is the board we played on. This shit sucked fucking ass. This board is awful for Tipping Point. This Tipping Point is the deployments like this. Like this makes this little like L thing. And you have nowhere to hide. Except back here, which is like 7 inches off the board edge. This is my Blade Guard Veteran. This is like fucking 12 inches from the edge of this objective. It's like 15 inches. And this objective is close to my DZ. I can see it's a diagonal. That's how far back this is. This is where I had to put like half my army. Like I had like 2 squads of Vanguard Vets, or I have an Assault Intercessor squad, Jump Pack, Vanguard Vets, and my Blade Guard Veteran squad. And then I have my Death Company and my Sanguinary Guard over here. These are the only spots you can go. You can't hide here. Like, I think I deployed my Death Company back here or something. But I deployed some Vanguard Vets back here. You deploy this, but they're not doing anything. It's the middle of nowhere. They can't. This is a melee perspective. They're not like doing anything right here. So like, it sucks. And this objective is completely out in the open. You're out in the open over here, or you're here, and you can be seen from over here, from this joint piece over here, completely open. So what I do is I put some Vanguard Veterans, just advance my Vanguard Veterans right here, literally doing nothing. They're not doing anything. They're not on the objective. They're not on the spot to charge anything. And then I advance some Vanguard Vets over here, like into this rock, to try and stage in this place where they can be, where they're not too shootable. The only thing that can shoot them is a Predator coming up here and shooting like this, which is what he does, by the way. I don't remember. He kills the Blade Guard Veterans with the Predator on like turn 1 or 2 or something. I like tried. I just no way. They're gonna do better. They just died. I was like, fuck. So going in, this is my turn 2. Or the end of my moon phase turn 1. I know his Predators are over here and over here. This is deployment. They're over here and here. So if I'm in this little box, I'm safe for now. Because if you're over here, you can shoot them. But luckily he was over here. So I was like, at least I can be there. This is my turn 1. I did nothing. I moved my little dude up here. I moved my guard to here. It's the only spot that can be. And I think my intercessor is back here. It's like, what's up? They already stick to the objective. They're back here. What did I do with them? I don't remember. It might be literally right here. Unseenable. I don't remember. So on his turn 1, he just moves up, put some bikes over here. He's got some bikes. He moved them up here. Moved his Predator up. Bada bing, bada boom. He moves his Disco up to do some Disco stuff. There's Disco right here. So I'm like, okay, this is a good position for me. I could start locking him up. I can make him have to deal with my Death Company. So I advance my Death Company up. They charge. They kill both squads of bikes. And then they're on the objective. They're very annoying to deal with. So he has to come out. It's like, see, this is his turn 2. Going into my Death Company. He brings out his Noise Marines. As you see, his Predator can't shoot them. I know he can't shoot them either because he just can't. He would not have the movement. Like maybe if he advanced or rolled like a 6, like he can get down there, but it's not very realistic. So he brings his Noise Marine. I'm like, it's fine. I expect my Death Company to die because I also have my Sanguinary Guard still sitting here with it. Because this is like 12. 12 is like here. Just walking here, they're in charge range of most things before even advancing. So I'm like, okay, it's good. I know they're gonna die. This whatever, I don't care. So I position them up here. He brings his maybe I put my Assault Intercessors here and they die, and it leaves me with the Sergeant. The Sergeant was a Chad. We'll get into that. the Chad Sergeant. Where's this Rhino? This Rhino's already dead. I killed it. We'll get into that in 2 seconds. Yeah, so like I said, he moves up to kill me. Yeah. But then I get too rapid and guess my Sangha Guard. This spawn is unshootable. Like the Predator can't shoot them. So I'm like, oh, that's perfect here. They can come either up here to charge this stuff up here, or just go straight down and start dealing with stuff back here with the 6-man Sangha Guard. He moves his Predator up, and his Noise Marines come out to shoot this Vanguard vet squad that I deployed over here. Maybe to kill. Oh, I think maybe they're the ones that killed the Blade Guard. I don't know. He put his Noise Marines over here to kill my shit. Essentially killed my shit, like a bunch of rude dudes. And he had his Moe squad with the little Nemesis squad come here. I had my the turn before he killed 4 out of my 5 or maybe it was on this turn. I don't know. He killed everyone but this jump pack fist guy. Maybe it was with the bikes. He put his bikes up here. Those are his bikes right there that I have to deal with next turn. Oh, that's what it was. So going into my turn 2. Okay, this is correct. I put my Blade Guard Regiment on here just to hold the objective because he has very little ways of shooting them from all the way back here. You have to like advance a Predator all the way up here, and that's suicide. I'd fine losing my Blade Guard Regiment to them, and then they die to like fucking chaos. the bikers. I think I lost like 5 to bikers or something. It was very dumb. I was like, fuck. Like my fuck. The rest of the game. I'll point out real quick here. This is my fucking stupid ass little sword guy, the leader for the squad. Just hangs out in this corner for the rest of the game because the squad died on like turn 2 for no reason. So yeah, he brings out his Nemesis Claw squad, charge my little dudes. A Sanguinor comes down, he kills them all like a man. It's like thank you, Sanguinor. So it leaves my single little dude to come in. He comes in and charges a 8-wound Rhino and kills that Rhino. Every save through, he fails every save, kills Rhino. Maybe it was 6. Either way, the dude one-shots it and thing with like some shooting, like a Melta from a Sanguinary Guard, maybe something like minor, maybe a grenade. I don't remember. It was awesome. That's the turn 2. Like I said, he kills these guys, and it positions me to move my Sanguinary Guard down here to intercept his little Disco Lord and his Noise Marines. So I actually took more pictures this time. He on my turn 3, he rapid ingresses his Lord Disco back here to deal with my home field. I still have some Vanguard vets back here because they were hanging out back here, not doing anything. So here's the Sanguinor, like I said, after he beats the shit out of the Nemesis Claw unit. So yeah, that's what I did. I sent all my Sanguinor Guard back here. Here's my 6-man, and here's a 3-man. 6-man kills the Lord Disco. 3-man kills these boyos, and then they do I have any more pictures? Yeah, I do have these pictures. They start rising to this to start tabling him. These guys actually have to go backward to kill the Lord Disco, so they're kind of out of the game by that point, but they did good, killing a bunch of things. He dies to a Predator later, which is fine. He did the most of any game. Good job, Sanguinor, except killing the Howling Banshees. That was the best he did. But then I have these Vanguard vets. They came in to support Mr. Fister, and them and Mr. Fister kill another tank, and then they kill this tank. This Fister guy, my Intercessor Sergeant, lived all game, killed 2 Predators and a Rhino, and part of the Nemesis Claw squad, because he's a man. He's an absolute beast. Or he might have killed the Master Executions. Maybe? I don't know. I know he killed a lot that game. The Sergeant, the Intercessor Sergeant. Absolute Giga Chad. But yeah, that was the end of the game by that point, because then these guys came back on my turn 3. Maybe it must have been turn 4. Yeah, turn 4. They came back on turn 4, killed this guy. My 3-man started stringing out, killing all the guys over here and going for this Predator. So they killed that. And by the end of going into his turn 5, he had just these cultists left alive, and I had dude here, my little Judicator over here, my 6-man back here. Nothing here. I was on his home field. And actually, this right here got him 1 or 2 diff points. I think it was 1 diff point. So on my turn 5, I charged like a Predator and some other things and the cultists. I was like, oh, okay, I have to kill these things. I'll just leave the cults alive. I do like I kill like 6 cultists in shooting, so like 4 left alive. Turn 5, he passes their morale. They fall back onto this objective. I have no way of stopping this. I have to kill the other things more important. They fall back onto this objective. With at the end of my turn with the Renegade Raider strat, and gets secure and cleanse. So he gets 7 points because he has like 3 cultist models left alive. Like fuck. I have nothing I can do about it. But that was really good for me as on the most cursed board ever versus a shooting army. I played very well, very correctly, made a lot of good decisions. And it felt good. We had a fun game. He's a very fun opponent. He's wearing some cowboy boots. It's a fun time. I don't know if he's a local Texas guy or whatever, but we had a fun game. I didn't have any bad games. Like I said, I had 6 amazing games, 6 amazing opponents. Like the only complaint I said I had was against myself, where I made a misplay against Michael Mann. Like an idiot, a really bad misplay. But no, this was one of the best tournaments I had in a long time. It felt great. It's one of the few events where I've never had like anything. I had just 6 fun games, like 6 fun games. Like there was no like any issue at all ever. It's awesome. Very happy about that. So here's the end thoughts. A little blown in image. So like I said, the Spear, Sanguinary Guard are amazing. I would recommend as a sorry, my face is in the way. As a person who plays Blood Angels, no matter what, if you those 3-man Sanguinary Guard, the issue I had with 3-man Sanguinary Guard before was swords. Is you were never lancing them. Never, ever lancing them. So they struggled to kill big things. Like they could not kill vehicles, they could not kill efficient things. And it's not like they were kind of cheap before, but with the character, they were still almost 200 points. And now they are 200 points with the character. Maybe slightly more. But now with lances, like I said, I even played a match where lances, like I before the event, I tried to make an unbiased list of like, lances are good here, lances are bad here. And it was like 80-20 in favor of lances are good. Like the armies where lances are generically bad was things like specific Votan lists that run like land forts and tube save armor contempts, EC in general, because it's an army that has armor contempt, Space Marine, not just Space Marines that rely on saves, but like a lot of Space Marines are just like 4-up invul save type of models. So like against a Blade Guard veteran, a Spear is strictly better, for instance. But even I played against matchups where they're bad, like EC, and they were still amazing into EC. But then like matchups that they're better, they're like amazing, like Orcs, Necrons, Demons, etc. Like all these armies with spears are just way better. Even this Renegade Raider is another army that is an armor save AOC type army, and they were still goated. So I would recommend 3-mans, just run spears. And any attachment, just run spears. They're so good. Like 6-man, you can still take a sword because you can lance that squad, and they're strictly better, quote unquote. But 6 spears. Asterath, this is a unit people say sucks. This guy's amazing. This guy was so good. Like I said, he has a 2-up save. He has 5 wounds. He has an amazing weapon. He's got amazing abilities. And Death Company are technically pretty good. They're kind of expensive, like 23 points a model, but they're pretty good. And their leaders are not very good. They're not. Like the Death Company captain, like he just gives sustained. That's it. 2/5 of your power fists already have sustained, so it's a complete waste. So you're giving sustain to 3 power fists and 3 and some chain swords. It's not that useful. He doesn't do free strats. He just explodes like an idiot. Like he actually explodes when he dies. He's fine. Lamarty's is like, depending on the meta, hypothetically good, but his weapon sucks. He has 4 wounds. He doesn't have a 2-up save. Lethal is okay, but you have lethal strat anyways that you want to be using on your big brick because it gives lance. And the -1 damage is fucking mostly useless. There wasn't a single game this weekend where I'm like, damn, if I had -1 damage on the Astro squad, they would have fucked. Because they were getting hit by damage 1, by damage 3, even like mass damage 2, you're just attack marine, they don't live. It's terrible. Like damage 3, yes, you ever feel no pain, so fucking if you roll 2 6s, you might live. Which is like, isn't it a 1 out of 36? Whatever. So one Death Company out of every 3 game will live from a 3 damage gun. No, never mind. Negate that because it's 2 damage. You don't have to make completely wrong math. I'm an idiot. I was thinking 3 damage. Wrong math. So like you only have to make 1 6 out of 2. So it's a lot better. Isn't it's like close to like a 30% or something? It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything. It's useless. He's also more expensive. Like I said, like a lot of times Asheroth's unit would die and he'd fly around with his tulip save, his big boy axe. Like I said, he has precision dev baseline. He doesn't even need dev to lead. So you can just go in and charge a character and it's like, die. Very good. Sanguinor, this guy sucks. This guy's so bad. Awful. And I didn't say in the EC game, he deployed in the opponent's, because he was never going to charge me. He was never charging me before like turn 3. So he was going to have to just deploy normally or rapid ingress. And I was rapid ingressing Captain Squad in turn 3. So I'm like, I just have to deploy him. I deployed him in my opponent's DZ to score extend, and then he got shot to death. And then charged from a Demon Prince. I was like, he has fight first. Lucius can't charge him too well. He won't kill Lucius, but hypothetically. Terrible. Like I said, the one game where he was actively good was because my opponent forgot about him. That was it. Like, the first Orc game, he didn't do anything because I beat him without it. The second Orc game, he was like, okay, but if I had 140 points of real models, he probably would have been better. And then it caused me to make a terrible misplay and made me lose the game. So, like, maybe it's your fault. It's not saying it's my fault. And then, like, in the other game, he was, like, fine against the Renegade Raiders. He killed a Nemesis Claw unit and then died to a Predator. It's fine, I guess. It's due to 140 points, by the way. He doesn't, his Daisy ability is reroll Battleshock tests. Like, and he doesn't get the detachment ability when he reserves. But the other editions, he counted as Heroic King, so he would get his detachment ability. I don't know why he doesn't in this edition. It's fucking stupid. It sucks. Other people like Jack Harpster like him and Angelic Inheritors. Yes, if you have reroll ones to hit and wound at all times and fall back and charge, he's a lot better. And then he has a strat and actually go back to reserves. I'm saying Angelic Inheritors, he's probably good. Probably pretty great. Liberators, he's dog shit. Do not run this model. We're actually, the only reason I kept my list, so originally, like I said, I had the Brick of Blagar veterans with the lieutenant and captain the fight first. So I'm like, I should have another fight first unit, probably. The guys agreed to me. They're like, put Sanguinor in. So I'm like, I guess. And then near the end, when I switched my list and brought in the second fight first, the Judicator, and then had the fight first Sanguinor guard, I was like, should I cut the Sanguinor? I think he sucks. And they're like, you should probably just keep him in. I was like, okay. Yeah, he was terrible. Do not tell you this model. He sucks. He's so bad. Better than Mephisto. No, I guess dog shit. And the Vanguard Vets. This is a unit I do not see Blood Angels players like ever running. They run Assault Intercessors more. Play this unit. This unit is way better than Assault Intercessors with jump packs. Play this unit as your 5-man shitter unit. Strength 5 baseline, so they go to Strength 7, which is ginormous. They have lethal when they charge, and they have an invul save or a pistol. You're like, that costs, it's 1 more point per model. They fucking are 1 more point. It's 95 compared to 90. They're way better. The Power Fist is like, wow, that's cool. Especially when I talked about in the last game. Does not matter. It's like, whatever. Who fuck gives a shit? You have 1,000 Power Fists otherwise in your army. Don't need it. And Vanguard Vets, they charge them with their 25 Strength 7 lethal hit attacks. They beat the shit out of people. They're not expensive. The 4 pinball save is just annoying. Like, they'll just live through random shit. Like I said, on the EC game, it exactly happened where they just stayed on the middle. He shot them with some Noise Marines, and I killed like three of them. And they just lived and scored me a 15 on primary instead of 10. Please just run these. Every Blood Angels Liberators list I've written since the buff to Vanguard Vets, where they got like 7 points reduced or some insane number, has started with 15, and I've never regretted it. Like I said, I think it's the next best brick you can run is 10 Vanguard Vets with the Chaplain. Because if you play that, like that with Oath will like almost one-shot a demon unit. That's something, that was the argument I was doing instead of the Death Company. Death Company are amazing, so I would not regret. It's also very cheap to run the Vanguard Vets. Freaking like 19 points to get 10 of them. 190 points. But yeah, play Vanguard Vets, Blood Angels players. But that's it. That's the event. It went awesome. We did so good, especially for like we were prepared, but like an unprepared team. Because a lot of people are preparing like a year in advance or like preparing as a team for months ahead of time. We did not do that. So we did good. 4-1-1. We got 6 points. We actually lost 5th place by 1 battle point. I think we got 1699 and they got 700 or something like that. It was very funny. Sad. Fifth was the best we could have got. His next best player was like 501 or 511 or something, or 5-1. I don't know. We did so. We were the second best 4-win team. This is very good. I'm very proud of us. That's it. Thank you for listening. I know it's a longer video. I wanted to keep it shorter, but hard not to ramble sometimes. But thank you. That's it. I actually, spoiler alert, I'm very into Drukhari and Witch Cult right now. I'm between Witch Cult and Raven Guard for Worlds. So I'm going to post a Witch Cult video. It's just a VOD of a game I played with my friend and Custodes, but it showed the Witch Cult benefits a lot in a matchup where I think you're not too favored, because killing Wardens and interrupting Custodes is really not easy. Like, you have a lot of anti-3 up, but that doesn't matter too much against 2 up saves. They're really good at killing like Space Marines and like Orcs, but your Poison Weapons are not too good at killing Custodians. But yeah, that game went great, so I'm going to just post it. It's just not going to be very minorly edited because that sucks. But if you want to watch a Witch Cult game that goes very well, please do. I'm going to post that next couple days. But thank you, everyone, for paying attention to this video. And that's it. This is Deploying the Line, Steve Trimble, and thanks for watching.